Well, hello everyone. How are we doing tonight? Hopefully we're keeping it cool, keeping it kind of low-key. Already had a couple people stop by the chat so far this evening as I'm getting set up here. Usually I like to get started at about 5:30, even though I'm not supposed to get started until 6, so I'll start streaming as I'm getting set up. I kind of do that while I'm streaming, just so I know everything works. I know with this setup, I don't even know why I need to test it out, because this setup is awesome that I have. I had a setup before that did not work out well. So I'm very glad that this is working at least a little bit reliably. We already had a couple people in the chat tonight. Kira Godzilla. Hey, what is up? I am having a great night. I will say a lot is up. This is our final week of in-person instruction of the year. So for those of you that don't know, I do work at a school district, so I was a teacher, then I was a tech guy, now I'm still a tech guy, and I'm also a teacher again. So it kind of goes back and forth. So I am very happy to very happy that we were in person for as much time as possible. We only had 2 weeks out due to a spike in cases, and we are back to being normal. So what is up? We are in the Christmas spirit, as it were. Hey, Red Dog 356 also had a chat there early on. As we go through it, I can go ahead and get us now that I'm done fiddling with stuff here. There we go. Here I am. Got rocking my green machine tonight. For those of you that have seen this before, this is one of my favorite shirts that the school I work at had got me, so I wear it whenever I can. Red Dog 356 says, "What are we playing tonight?" So does Robert as well. Yeah, what's playing tonight? So I do have a plan to do more retro stuff, but I'm going to start out with a game that kind of pays tribute to someone that we lost this year. And to tell you the truth, I was more saddened by this than I thought I would be when it happened. But I think it all comes back to, and you'll see this here in a second, I think it'll all come back to the fact that when I grew up, this was just a fact of life. Every time, 4:30 Central Time, I would be home from school. Usually my dad would, I would say later on in his life, if my dad was home, 4:30, the TV is tuned into the show. And it's one that we can play here. And I don't know, I think I might have to mute the game audio so I don't get flagged for it. Whoops. There we go. You might be able to hear it, but I am going to mute it. We're going to play us some Jeopardy. We're not playing 3D Mario World. I don't know why that's still up there. There. Boom. So this is what we're playing today. I am going to mute that, though, because that is going to get to... I'll turn it back on when the questions are in. So if you guys know, have seen me play game shows in the past, I always ask for audience participation. I think I have the latency turned down enough for the stream so that you guys can participate with me. If I ask for help on a question, you guys can kind of chime in, or if you know an answer, just chime in with the answer. So I was never smart enough for Jeopardy. You know what? I mean, like I said, it was a fact of life for me, so I think I picked some of it up. I will say this. I went to school for my history degree. I was smart enough to learn a lot about history, but not smart enough to know you can't do much with a history degree, is what I tell people. So, yeah, I guess I don't really say that, but I just thought of that just now, so that's kind of funny. We are playing this on the WiiU. So I've got my gamepad here, also with Jeopardy on here. Hopefully I can stay hooked up here. I'm going to go ahead and see what we got. So let's see what the options have in store for this thing. I will turn the music back on by the time we go, but right now it's still playing the theme. Actually, can I turn down? Yeah, let's turn on the music. Sorry, but the music is what's the most copyrighted thing out of here. So there we go. I can turn the music back on now, or turn the sound back on. So you can hear me going through the game. What rules do we have set up here? Gameplay, Daily Doubles, Final Jeopardy, reactions. I don't know what that is. Okay. You know what the funny thing is? Now that I have this display, well, let me write my answer in on the Final Jeopardy? I have no idea. Sorry, I'm actually looking through that. Daily Doubles. Okay, that's just letting me know. Game controls. Sure. Am I... Oh, I hope I don't have to type this in. I really don't. I do have the stylus, but I'm hoping to avoid... Oh, this pad does not have the stylus, so it has me type it in. Sorry, I don't know if we're going to make this happen, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's go all the way out. And we're going to do play. Again, if you guys know any of the answers, let me know. Oh, here we go. This is what I was looking for, was the settings. Easy. I can't do medium or hard, apparently. Or maybe yeah, okay, I can. Let's start off with easy, and then if it gets there, we'll, if it's way too easy, use AI players. So we did this with Wheel of Fortune where, I don't know if let's go ahead and do this. It was kind of fun to do it without AI players, though, when you guys were playing with me, because then you guys could help. Jeopardy was created in 1963 by Merv Griffin, suggested by his then-wife, looks like Julianne. In 2012, Jeopardy was recognized by the prestigious Peabody Awards Committee and was cited for its legacy of encouraging, celebrating, and rewarding knowledge. It is the first television quiz show to be awarded a Peabody since 1960. That's a long loading screen. It's oddly silent. There would be music playing here usually. But that will get me flagged because...
Jeopardy!
There we go. The Wii U graphics are doing pretty good. If there are movie or video game topics, I might be able to help. Hey, Tex, welcome to the stream. OXO, evening to you as well.
Our contestants. Player 1.
Oh, I didn't change my avatar though.
Player 2.
Yeah.
That avatar actually looks like one of my
Player
friends.
3. And now, here
guy
is
looks
the
like a-
host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
Thank you, Johnny Gilbert, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome.
So
Let's
sad he
take you
passed
right
away this
now
year.
into the Jeopardy round. Clues are worth $200 to $1,000 in these categories. Utopia. Biblical abominations. How about a little romance language? How's the weather? College team nicknames.
These are not
And
my categories.
American history.
There we go.
Where do we begin, player 1?
We're gonna go with the one I know the most about, and then we'll go around. Then I'll see if you guys have any category suggestions you think I'll be good at.
This famous transaction in 1803 doubled the territory of the U.S. Okay, player 1.
That is definitely the Louisiana Purchase.
Good.
I'm glad it's multiple choice.
Player 1. Pick again.
Now that
In
I
the
know that, I may give you more time.
1760s, he and Charles Mason used milestones to mark the boundary line between Maryland and Pennsylvania.
I don't know if I know this off the top of my head.
Okay, player 1.
You guys know it. Type it in real quick, but I think it's got to be. Think William Penn? That seems like an obvious one. It's not Benjamin Franklin. Can't be Benjamin Franklin. By 1760, that guy was...
Nope.
Oh, it's probably Benjamin Franklin.
Any other takers?
Now the AI is going to take over. Go to a category I know nothing about, and I'm never going to
Okay,
get it back.
player 3. You got it.
I have no idea who that is. So,
A lot of clues, a lot of categories, player 3. Make it. The Watergate scandal led to the resignation of this U.S. president in 1974.
I don't know
Okay,
who's
player
reading the
1.
questions. Oh, well, that's definitely Spiro Agnew, right?
Right, on the plus side again.
That's right. We're on the
Where do
plus
we
side
begin,
again.
player 1? In the 1830s, some 4,000 members of this Indian tribe died during a forced march known as the Trail of Tears. Okay, player 1.
Pretty sure I know this. I'll give you guys some time. The Sioux, also known as the Lakota, I believe, they are a plains tribe. The Navajo is on the other side. So gotta be Cherokee, which is the only one on these that are actually out of the East Coast.
That's correct.
See, when I know about a topic, I can
Select
get
again.
more information about it. This is gonna be
Reconstruction
it, though.
refers to the period of readjustment and rebuilding after this war.
My British subscribers are probably like,
Let's
what
hear
in the
it,
heck
player
is
one.
this stuff? You probably don't know anything about British history. I know a little. That is definitely World War II, right?
Right.
The Civil War.
You get to pick again, player one.
Oh my gosh. Now I have no idea. What do I know anything about? I know nothing. Let's try weather. Weather is a general topic. You guys thinking weather?
September
try
4th, 2007 was the first time that two of these, Henriette and Felix, made landfall on the same day.
Well, I
It's
can
player one.
guess. What makes landfalls? Earthquakes usually have an origin point, but they don't make landfalls. Tornadoes mainly occur on land.
That is correct.
Hey, Icy Pizza Boy, welcome to the stream. This is kind of a
Player
little
one, choose again.
pre-retro game goodness here. I watch Jeopardy every day at 4:30 still. It's a habit I've had since childhood.
Mountain passes speed up hot, dry air, giving this U.S. state its Santa Ana winds.
Well, Santa Ana is in... Oops.
It's player one.
Santa Ana. Do you guys remember that? From, oh, what's his name? The guy with the puppets. Somebody help me out with that. I thought New Mexico.
No, sorry. Anyone
So
else
I
care
pressed
to
the
try
wrong
to come
thing
up
on the
with the correct
D-pad.
response?
Thank you, Jeff Dunham. Dunham. Yes.
Let's hear it, player two.
Well, no, it's not that. It's got to be California.
Anyone else?
I guess I only know Santa Ana from that.
It's player three.
Yep, Robert. Sorry, it was too late. I didn't get your answer. I
Where
thought
do
I
we
knew it,
begin,
so I was like,
player
oh, I
three?
better pick it. Utopia.
Olympic competition in 1900 included this type of swimming, judged on distance and time submerged.
Should I name myself
Let's
Sean
hear it,
Connery?
player three. No, that's not right. Any other takers?
I don't know the type of swimming. The only kind of swimming I know is doggy paddle.
Let's hear it, player two. That's correct.
Underwater swimming. That was seriously it.
Player two, you start us off. The Salgir,
Oh,
the
starts with U.
Chernaya, the Alma, and the Dnieper are all rivers that flow through this country.
I got two countries that come to mind. One that has more rivers than another.
Yes, player one?
Oh, good.
Sorry, that's wrong.
No?
Any other takers?
What was the other one? Ukraine? Is it Ukraine? Can't be Uzbekistan.
Here's what we were looking for. Ukraine.
It is Ukraine.
Player two, you pick again, please.
Should have known that, Trebek.
It's the quality of being useful, or the useful knife used to cut drywall.
Utility knife?
Okay, player one. Yep.
There we go. On the plus side.
Player one, you
Kinda
start us
sad.
off.
Kind of sad that both, and ironic that both of them passed away around the same time. No, that's not
An
what your mother
adjective
said
meaning
last
of
night.
an elevated region, or the main type of cotton grown in the American South.
It starts with a U? I don't know much about cotton. An adjective meaning of elevated region.
The correct response is upland.
Upland. Huh. Learn something
Player
new every
one,
day.
back to you. The match is coming before the main boxing match.
It starts with a U? Pretty sure we can
Okay,
get that
player
one.
one.
Oh, they got two on here. It's probably not even between the two. I need help if anyone's got it. This is $1,000 on the line. I'm going to be in last place. I'm not seeing any answers before this. Sorry, guys.
Any other takers?
I just lost 1,000. Don't buzz in if you don't know the answer. That was actually Trebek's biggest advice to people who played the show. Don't buzz in if you don't know the answer, and that's exactly what I should have done.
The correct response is undercard.
I thought, because I was bouncing between the other two,
Select
I thought
again.
it can't possibly be undercard. I'm like, so I should probably pick that. Is it still me? All right. I don't know anything about college team nicknames, so I'm going to go with the weather again.
The forecast is cloudy with a 30% chance of these. characterized by the sudden start and stop of light rainfall.
Meatballs? That's what I get for being around kids all day. The forecast is cloudy with 30% chance of these.
Here's the correct response. Showers.
It was too generic.
Player
I
one.
had
Pick
what?
again. High clouds may bring this type of damaging precipitation,
I know this.
especially to the alley for it in the Rockies. Yes, player one?
Acid rain, obviously.
Right you are. Player one, back to you.
But yeah, what I was saying is this was like an event every day at 4:30. My dad would turn on Jeopardy and we'd watch it
Longer
together.
autumn nights let the ground cool, producing condensation, and the ground type of this. It's player one.
Longer autumn nights cool the ground, producing condensation on the ground. Type of this.
No, sorry.
That's what I thought it was to begin
Anyone
with.
else
What is
care
it?
to try to come up with a correct response?
I'm giving someone else a chance.
Let's hear it, player two. That's correct. You've got some money again.
Huh.
Player
Yeah, that's
two,
fog.
you start us off.
I didn't know there was a sky type of
Leviticus
fog.
chapter
Aren't those
11
clouds?
says, most insects that creep or fly are an abomination, but this eighth plague is kosher.
I know this one.
Player one?
That's got to be locusts.
That's right. Way to go.
Remember, I've actually read the Bible.
A lot of clues, a lot of categories. Player
Most
one,
of it.
make a selection. Leviticus chapter 11, verse 13 declares that this bird of prey, later a symbol of Roman legions, is an abomination.
They have eagles? Eagle is a bird of prey.
Here's the correct response. The eagle.
Why didn't I buzz in? Now see, I'm getting gunshot.
We return to you,
This is
player
exactly
one.
what would happen if I was on the show.
Potpourri is not mentioned, but this burning perfume is an abomination, according to Isaiah chapter 1, verse 13.
I wouldn't think it would be frankincense, but
It's player one.
incense. That's got to be it.
That is correct. Select again.
You did record the goat to a mini DV tape. Great quality for SD resolution. Oh, is that the original matches starring good old Ken Jennings? Ooh, Daily Double. See now,
The Daily Double. And you're in the lead now. What'll it be?
every single time I see the Daily Double, I say this word. All of it, and I say it as one word. So we're going to go with all of it. Max, confirm? Huh.
Answer. Leviticus chapter 11, verse 10 says, all that have not fins and these in the seas shall be an abomination.
All that have not fins and these in the sea shall be an abomination. Teeth? Yeah.
All the way down to third.
No.
Here's the correct
I
response.
lost all of it. I got too greedy.
Scales.
Scales. Seeing both you guys had
Player
the
one, back
the
to
chat
you
was
for
all over
our
it.
next selection. In
All right,
Genesis
that's right. Still early in the game.
chapter 46, verse 34, every shepherd is an abomination unto this kingdom that was known as Kemet.
Yep. Into this.
Here's the response we were looking for. Egypt.
Oh. I should have known that, but
Player
for some
one,
reason I
choose
didn't.
again.
All right, we're going to go up. How about a little romance
This
language?
extinct Romance language of Croatia shares its name with a dog breed.
Yep. We went through the one category I knew, and I blew all my money.
Player two. Sorry.
I don't even know how to pronounce that.
Any other takers?
Extinct romance language shares its name with a dog breed.
The correct response
Chihuahua.
is Dalmatian.
Dalmatian? I never would have picked that.
Player 1, choose again.
All right, let's go to college team nicknames for
UC
two.
Berkeley's teams are known as the Golden These.
Retrievers? I'm still stuck on the dog category.
Yes, player 2.
Anybody?
Anyone else?
I have no idea. Single Jeopardy is not being kind to me.
It's player 3.
Bears?
That's it.
I never would have guessed that. Golden Bears.
Player 3, you're in command of the board as we continue, right? Pepperdine's nickname is this, and some lapped not too far away from the campus.
I was never interested in college sports, so this is terrible. It is the typical nerd thing, right? I know a little bit about pro.
Here's the
sports.
response we were looking for. The Waves.
No clue.
Player 3, you pick again, please.
Yeah, how about a
Around
little
the
romance?
Vatican, you might be able to practice this source language of all Romance languages.
History question.
Okay, player 1.
More pro football. Yep, same here, I see. We're probably going to go with Latin.
Correct.
Or Pig Latin, right?
Player 1, you're in command of the board as we continue right now.
I
Of
wish I wasn't.
Catalan, Bulgarian, or Romanian, the one that is not a Romance language.
I'm assuming Romanian is because it's got Roman in the...
Let's hear it, player 2. Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Let's hear
Try
it, player
She
1.
eliminated one.
Yep.
Okay. Process of elimination.
Player 1, you pick again, please. It's the most widely spoken Romance language in the world.
I'd have to see a list because I'm pretty sure if I saw what I think it is, I want to say Spanish.
Here's what we wanted. Spanish.
Why didn't I buzz in?
Player 1,
Yeah,
back
Robert,
to
you
you
Latin.
for our next selection. Ligurian, Lombard, and Piedmontese are all dialects of this Romance language.
Lombard sounds familiar. That's making me think something French.
Let's hear it, player 3. Sorry, that's wrong. Any other takers?
Yeah, I'll let him lose. I'm in the lead now.
Here's the correct response. Italian.
So yeah, when I got it.
Player 1, back to you for our next selection.
All right, let's get this over with, Alex.
This word describing Penn State's Lions comes from an Algonquian term meaning single mountain.
Ooh. Nothing's coming to mind.
It's player 2. Hey, you're right.
Never would have got that.
Player 2, make a selection, please, as we continue. This University of Idaho nickname is from an old Germanic tribe whose name has come to mean troublemakers.
No clue. I'm sorry, I don't know anything about this.
Let's hear it, player 3. No.
Man, the easy
Anyone
difficulty is taking it easy on me, thankfully. Hey, Jeff, welcome to the stream. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. It says college nicknames, so I guess it's all about...
We're talking about the Vandals.
Ooh.
Here's the $1,000
Yeah, I don't know
clue
anything
for
about
you.
this either. Oh,
The
college
University
team
of
nicknames. So yeah,
Texas
college
at
team.
Arlington uses this nickname, shared by the NBA team closest to them.
That sounds like it's echoing.
Let's hear it, player 2. Anyone else?
Yeah, it's coming out of the game system itself. I think it's just THQ made the game, so if that lets you know anything. It's not the stream.
The correct response is the Mavericks. Is in third place. We'll select first in the Double Jeopardy round, as we always do, right after this break. And we have 2 daily doubles awaiting you in these categories. Classic Kids Lit. The meaning of the prefix. U.S. city history. The comics. This side of parasites. And countries by newspaper. Player 2 gets to make the first selection once again. This time, we're moving into the double jeopardy. When a tiny parasite enters an oyster shell,
That's terrible.
mantle cells cover it with nacre until
Yeah, that's definitely something going on here.
Player 1,
And it's still going.
This is formed.
All right, so maybe I'll have to read the questions. When a tiny parasite enters, I already lost it.
Else care to try to come up with a correct response?
When a tiny parasite enters an oyster's shell, a mantle covers it up. I can't even read it quick enough.
Start us.
All right. I'm gonna say THQ needs to patch their game from what year did this come out? 2012. Is this a launch title for the Wii U? Good grief. All right, no sound. We're going completely silent. I guess I could have just muted the thing.
Plant grows as a parasite on apple tree trunks. Blooms in February and March, yet still is a factor in Christmas kisses.
It still reads the question.
Here's the correct response. Mistletoe. Back to you for our next selection. This Missouri city wasn't named for Scott or Janice, but for the Reverend Harris G., an early settler there.
All right, I'm gonna have to mute that because that's not gonna work out. Sorry, I'm focusing. I'm focusing too much on the. You guys are getting the answers in, and I'm not even focusing on the question because the thing was echoing. It's still messing up. U.S. city history. 2 months before the Declaration of Independence, the Rhode Island Independence Act was signed in this city. I'm assuming a city in Rhode Island. I'm gonna guess Providence. I don't want to hear that again. There we go. All right, now we got something. Pro, all right, you got it on here. Now we got control of the board. I'm going to save the best one for last. Not this again. We got the daily double going. All of it, why not? Oh, I can bid 2,000. It was Arizona's territorial capital from 1867 to 1877, and a university was founded there in 1885. I want to say Phoenix, but it says was Arizona's capital, so Tucson? There is a Kingman College, I know that. Tucson, I see Pizza Boy says, all right. There we go. You got me on there. I was leaning towards Tucson. That got me in the lead. Let's see what's going on here. Indianapolis was laid out in a wheel pattern. I've been there, and that is true. Inspired by this other major city's home, some 800 miles away. Well, that's got to be Paris. Oh, I'm sorry. Another U.S. city? This other major city, 500 miles away from Indianapolis. It's not Chicago. New York's a lot farther away than 500 miles. I'm going to say D.C. That's right. From someone who's driven from Indianapolis over to New York City, I can tell you exactly how far that is. It's like 14 hours. It was uninhabited when it was chosen as a territory capital in 1836 and named for a president who died that year. Who died in 1836? Was that Jackson? It was uninhabited when it was chosen as a territorial capital in 18. Jacksonville, that'd be Mississippi. Jefferson City. Jefferson may have died in 1836. I'm going to try that. Ah, might have been Madison. Wisconsin was a territory then. I was thinking Jefferson City, Missouri, but 1836 may have been too much for that. Yeah, it is Madison. So Madison died in 1836. I was just trying to think of some of those early presidents, and they had them all there. This story begins all children grew up, except one grew up. Oh, that's got to be Peter Pan. Winnie the Pooh, Winnie the Pooh. There we go. It's an oddly silent version, but unfortunately, we're having all sorts of audio things here. Classic Kids Lit. I like this one. In a novel by Frances Hodgson Burnett, 7-year-old Cedric Errol inhabits a title and is known as Little Lord This. I have no idea. Farquaad. Fauntleroy. I've never heard of that. Let's try 1200. This classic is the first book in Madeline Legont's Time Quartet. Ooh, I know that one. That is A Wrinkle in Time. That is one of my favorite books. Sadly, they have not made a good movie out of that yet. I would love to see a very good movie made out of that. That one with Oprah Winfrey was just... Like I said, I enjoyed a little bit of it because I liked the book and the story, but man. Anyway, completes the title of a classic about an African-American family, Roll of Thunder. Roll of Thunder something. Completes the title of the classic. Sorry, I'm not as up to date on that one as I should be. Hear my cry. Huh. Okay. This is Kids Lit too. Let's try this again for 2000, Alex. The Black Pearl and Island of the Blue Dolphins are two classics by him. I've read Island of the Blue Dolphins. I do not remember the author. Scott Odell. Yeah, sorry. I that was in 6th grade. That's too many years ago. All right. You think the comics? Sure. The Peanuts character got a sister named Sally in 1959. Well, that's got to be. It's got to be. I was gonna say Snoop Doggy Dogg. Ugh! It's my Charlie Brown impression. Weirdo would be another name for this Dan Perro comic. That began as a replacement for The Far Side. Is that the one that always has those calendar? Yeah, The Far Side usually has calendars. Yeah, I didn't know that one. Bizarro. Okay. You know how long it's been since I've seen a comic strip? Like an actual comic strip. Printed on newspaper. Mr. Munster wasn't the subject of this 1975 through 92 Jim Unger strip. I would think the Munsters, but I thought that was a TV show. Herman. Oh, okay. That was Herman Munster was the name of that. So, wow, these questions. In Bob Thave's comic, Frank bums around with this guy. Yeah, I have no idea. Thankfully, none of these other people are ringing in too, prolonging the I don't know about this category. I thought you were going to do like comic book heroes. Had no clue. I know more questions on the TV show than this game. This edgy Aaron McGruder comic strip debuted in 1996. So it's basically asking all about authors, and I have no idea. Jim Davies, I know, does the Boondocks. Woohoo. Does Garfield. That's about all I know. Charles Schulz was I already asked about. All right. This side of Parasites for 1200, Alex. PSI is a charity delivering nets to fight this parasite caused disease that kills 3,000 African children a day. A parasite caused disease. I know they're trying to get rid of Oh yeah, it is malaria. Oh, parasite. I should have thought. I was just like saying. I'm like, I know it's the one that usually affects those countries. Yeah, thanks, Robert. You're just too late on that. You can vent this soft ductless organ that fights infection with parasite detection. Ductless organ. You can vent it. The spleen? Whatever. And the Boondocks. Thanks, Jeff. We're a little behind. Closely related to meningitis, this inflammation of the brain can result from viral infections or tiny parasites. I think I know this one. I think it's encephalitis. That's the swelling of the brain. I'm just making sure of my guess here. Encephalitis is a swelling of the brain, right? From viral, it's got to be it. Yes. Thanks to House MD for letting me learn that one. All right, countries by newspaper. Hopefully the U.S. here. The Sydney Morning Herald, the Queensland Independent. Well, that's got to be Australia. Aye, it's Scotland. No. Sorry for the offensive accent. The Shizuka, the Shinbun, and the Nikon Yo. I want to say Japan. I just don't know for sure. That would be a guess. And it would have been right. That's right. I'm 7,400 is a runaway still for me. The better I play, the better they play. Avanti and El Mesregari. All right, Italy. Let's try it. Ah, there's a restaurant around me called Avanti, so that one was the first thing I thought of. And they're the people who started that are from Italy. They make great sub sandwiches. The other daily double. All right, guys, how much should I wager? Should I do all of it? It's a runaway, but it can really be a runaway if I try to double my score. I'm running out of time here. What do you guys think? All of it? Always. All right. You guys better help me on this, though. If I need help on it, you have to do it. Man, I like how much time they give you to do this. Robert's the only one who says all of it. He says always. Oh, I'm acting like I'm playing for real money. And confirm. Where are these from? Iraq, Iran, Israel. Leave $1. My guess is Israel. Yeah, Robert says Israel too. Arif. Oh, look at that. We both had it. Damon says Israel too. That is amazing. It can't be caught. Can't be caught. Yep, I'm not guessing on this one. I have no idea where this is from. Nice. Very nice. Poland. That's a good guess. Maybe it was some like a Scandinavian country. You're right. Denmark. That was a good one. Scandinavian area, the Netherlands area. Definitely. The meaning of the prefix. Hemi. I know a hemisphere is like part of a sphere. Does that mean partial? Definitely not the Netherlands. Half. We have the northern hemisphere, the southern hemisphere. How about that? Circle. Semicircuit. All right, I said hemi. The di, as in dicephalus. I think that's 2. Yeah, like dichotomy. Comparison of two things. Man, we're on a streak. We are demeaning these other two players. Contra, as in super contra. I'm going to say against, like contradiction. Yep, opposed. I like it. You guys are getting into it now. We're continuing the streak. How about Contra 3, the Alien Wars? That was probably the right one, right? Anti. Well, the antidote. Pretty sure, oh, after. Antidote is what you say after the poison. What do you think? Can't be before. It's not during. There's the precedent, and then there's the antecedent. Yeah. I'm going to say after. Oh! Someone else is going to get it right, and we're going to lose now. You're with me on after? Yeah, I know. See how good you guys can get into this? Hey, Christopher, welcome to the stream. Sorry you're late. No, that's all right. And Brienne, welcome to the stream. Sorry I didn't see your Contra is cool. Before? You don't take the antidote before. Circum. Sorry, I can't say what I'm thinking because I'm laughing. What is around? Sure. Of course. Okay, around, yep. What I was thinking when it said circumnavigate, but for some reason I kept thinking of circumcision. Sorry. Oh, it's down to 2 of us. One of us did make it to Final Jeopardy. Landmarks is the final category. Well, we can't be caught. How much can I wager and she not get me if she gets the category? 6,000 would still be okay. Because she can only get 10,400. I have 18,000. So I'm going to be like 7,000. Gosh. 400, so that'd be... Let's go 5.99. Right? $1. 6K. No, because then she can win. Well, no, I want to get the maximum where I can still win by $1. Oh, yeah, whoops, wrong game show. The landmark site known to the Lakota as Six Grandfathers was renamed after a prominent lawyer. Pikes Peak, Carlsbad Caverns, Yellowstone. I don't think it's Mount Rushmore. Six Grandfathers, renamed after a prominent lawyer. Pikes Peak seems right. Carlsbad Caverns is more than one. What do you guys think? It's not Rushmore. Oh, it's not Pikes Peak. I changed it at the last minute, thank goodness. I said Carlsbad Caverns. Oh, that's not right either. Is it Mount Rushmore? It said renamed after... Okay, Rushmore must be the lore. I'm like, why is... I'm like, it can't be that because it's got the presidents on it. That's right, 10,401. All right, WiiU, I'll take my money in 20s. Come on. Cheated every time. You didn't get the Final Jeopardy category right. Well, and that is true. They actually had Johnny Gilbert and Alex Trebek on there, so that's a good win. Took us a while to get there, but I'm very happy to have played this game. It reminds me a lot of my dad when I would get home from school, or like I said, if he was home at 4:30, that TV was tuned to Jeopardy. There was no doubt about it. I don't think my mom liked it too much. It grew my love for Scholastic Bowl, which I actually still coach at our school. Next feature contestant is Sean Connery. You guys want the wheel? You guys want America's game? Because, believe it or not, I do have... So here's Jeopardy. I also brought the Wii Jeopardy, which is probably the same exact thing. But then I also brought Wheel of Fortune, because I know you guys love that too. So we can do another game show around here. I'm definitely not opposed to that. And maybe we can have sound. I just know the Jeopardy theme is a huge moneymaker for Sony, who now owns Jeopardy. And actually, it's a huge moneymaker for the estate of Merv Griffin, because he wrote the thing. Your dad watched Jeopardy too? It's just, I remember my dad and I both sitting there, and we would be, he would be yelling at the TV. I would be trying to out-yell him, which usually never happened. And then he said, he would always correct me. You didn't form it in the phrase, you didn't form it in the answer, or in the form of a question. And so I'd say, so whenever he would do that, I would say, hey, you didn't put it in the form of a question. Phrase it in the form of a question. That's what I'm trying to say. And like I said, when trying to duplicate childhood memories, video games seem to do a good job with it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and skip. And yeah, believe it or not, this game is not coded very well. So if THQ is still in business, somebody owns them now. THQ, whoops, sorry, that's the Wheel of Fortune game. I don't want you to think I'm just being biased, but THQ can't code for crap because that thing... Oh, pick a prize? I don't have any. I didn't win anything. Oh, I did win something. I won a jean jacket. That looks more stylish. How about that? That would be DLC if this was on any other console. Percentage of clues correct, 73%. That's actually not bad, guys. We did okay. Some of you guys, fastest correct response was in 0.041 seconds. Nice. I wonder if they used to send... I wonder if they used to send the answers to, or your performance to Jeopardy, and they would send you something in the mail if you were close to getting a. If you were close to getting on stage. Probably not. I do hear the tryout process for that's big. Whoa, we got a whole bunch of this. Wheel of Fortune or Millionaire? Ooh, I don't have who. Actually, I do. I have Who Wants to Be a Millionaire for the PlayStation. So maybe we can do that later on, because I do have my PS2 hooked up. Yep. So I decided to play Jeopardy. Believe it or not, only after this week, only one more week of shows, and then they're done. Alex Trebek is done. So he passed away beginning of November. They had enough shows taped. His last show is on December 25th. And believe me, my family and I will be watching that, just because my dad was a huge fan. We watched together as a family all the time. I really think that's going to be something. So I may stream that again next week and do a different Jeopardy, or maybe later on today. I have tons of Jeopardy games. I have them for the Nintendo. I have them for the other ones, but I don't like it when you have to type in the question. I like it when it gives you multiple choice answers, because it takes forever to type in the answers. So yep, Tex said that we got wheel. All right, let's go ahead and do some wheel. Hopefully this doesn't get flagged for music. It usually doesn't. Oh yeah, and if you notice, my game was actually off apparently that whole time. Again, we're going with that Califon Productions, whatever that is. So we got Pat Sajak is the final old school game show host left. You are right about that. Bob Barker's gone. Regis Philbin's gone. Who else was there? I almost said Burgess Meredith. Meredith Vieira was doing it for a while. I think she's still on there, but that's not really old school. Like, we're talking like from the 80s until now. So yeah, Trebek's now gone. So yeah, it's just up to him and Vanna to continue that on there. Had to dig through your collection. The last Jeopardy game you bought was for the 3DO. That's awesome. I actually just got it for the Sega CD not too long ago. Yep. Is my Wii U set complete yet? It is actually. It's still not. I'm missing about 4 or 5 games. The problem is, I can't hear the sound. The problem is, if I can't get into physical brick and mortar stores, and the games that I have left to collect for are all on eBay, and they're charging. There's a reason why they call it eBay pricing. Look at this. The game engine is exactly the same. How much you wanna think, or what are the percentage? What are the odds you think we're gonna run into the same audio glitches we had with the last game? Good chance it's gonna happen. All right. So yep. Oh, it's even the same. It's even the same generic default player. We're gonna have to do that. Will it let me? Last time it didn't even ask me if I wanted to play the. I'm gonna turn the mini games off. I want to do like classic stuff. We use AI players. Easy seems to be my speed. Stage select, classic stage. I don't think I have any other thing unlocked. I may have to step away and use the restroom real quick. I drank a lot of tea beforehand. Now I switched over to water. And I may have to use the restroom real quick before we go. Trebek has to thank Weird Al for the I Lost on Jeopardy song. That's what brought it back in '84. You know what? I have no doubt it helped, but I think it was also. I mean, the Jeopardy song that he did was all based on the old show, the one before they had all the TVs and before they had Trebek. They even had the old host of Jeopardy on that music video, so that's kind of funny. But yes, I do agree with you. That definitely helped. THQ made some of your favorite early childhood games. Thankfully, they were all from the early 2000s. Yeah, this is at the time that THQ, right before they started losing their contracts. The original THQ, not THQ Nordic. THQ Games. Yeah, here we go. They filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, and they went defunct in January 23rd of 2013. So you can only imagine the amount of cost-cutting measures in 2012 they had to do to get this game out. I'm thinking this is going to be fun. Xmas week will be reruns. Oh, well, so they actually intentionally moved out the last episode to be there? Oh, they moved it back to the week of January 1st? Did they? Oh, I was actually looking forward to that being like part of Christmas that year. Having like the entire family, or I guess we're going to have a small gathering this year because we're not getting everyone together for Christmas, but we can get everyone that's there at least in it. Back. Last show. You got me thinking about it now. You're right. According to according to GoodHousekeeping.com, Alex Trebek's final episode will air January 8th, a few days before Ken Jennings fills the role the following Monday. He is called a quote-unquote interim host. At least the last time I read it, he was a temporary host while they're searching for a new one. But I think if he does well, I think that's what their goal is. If he does well right after it, that, maybe he becomes the permanent host. I think it's a smart choice. I actually didn't see that coming. Having a former contestant come back and host, that's awesome. And that also makes sense why they did that greatest of all time tournament, so they can actually seal his position as the greatest quizmaster. He actually knows the clues. Trebek would always go around and say that he didn't know anything. He said, I know all the answers because they're right in front of me, or he knows all the questions and the answers because they're right in front of him. He would make that joke all the time. But he was actually pretty smart. He did say that there were some categories that he wouldn't know. Yeah. So Jeopardy fans will be treated to a week-long special honoring Alex, featuring memorable episodes throughout his career. So that's nice. I mean, they're kind of stretching it out a little bit, but yeah. The THQ game, you're lucky your Wii U is still alive. Am I? Is there a problem with these things dying out? I actually have two of them. This one is my workhorse. The other one, I got this one at a garage sale a couple years ago for about $50. It works. It was missing the stylus, though. It was also missing the charger for this, so I had to go get this from somewhere else. But yeah. The original one I got, though, was a Black Friday clearance in 2015. Television's gone, killed by television. Parker is alive, but not retired. THQ is not bad. I will say that, Christopher, I will say, the only correction I'll make to that is THQ was not bad. Well, by the time they started their bankruptcy and having financial struggles in around 2010, 2012, that's when you see the quality dip. And they started having more issues because they were cutting back so bad on... Now, this is, again, I haven't done all the research on this, but I did do a little research because I was very saddened when THQ plummeted. But because they had a whole bunch of contracts. They had contracts with Disney, DreamWorks, Nickelodeon, Pixar, the WWE. I mean, they had everything. I'm actually reading these, by the way. This isn't off the top of my head. I have my notes. I have my Wikipedia page to help me out with that. But I mean, that's why I was very surprised. They had Darksiders, Destroy All Humans, Red Faction, Saints Row. They were a good development studio. The problem is, I don't know why they started losing a lot of money. But they may have overextended themselves. By the way, Walter, welcome to the stream. Damon, I think I said you as well, but I'm re-welcoming you to the stream in case I didn't forget it. So yeah, I am very thankful that that's back up there. Because of the Wii drawing game. Oh, you know what? That makes sense. If they made those. I didn't even look. They had a whole bunch of subsidiaries and everything too. I don't know what THQ Nordic is now. Were they an offshoot of THQ, the only ones that are still left? Because the THQ parent company, they've been done since about the dawn of this last gaming generation. So it is kind of nostalgic. Back when they were on their game, they made good games. The problem is, when they started having financial troubles, they were... Yeah, here it was. June 4th, 2012, THQ announced a deal to turn over their license for UFC games to Electronic Arts. Big mistake. But I guess they were trying to get money back. They had to get rid of stuff they couldn't make games for. In July 2012, THQ reported to its stockholders that it approved a 1-for-10 reverse share split of its... that's all beyond me. I'm not a stock market expert. Yeah, but they started reporting losses. There it is. In August 2010. Yep, you're right. Chris, you were right about that. It says, in August 2010, THQ unveiled the U-Draw game tablet, a $70 accessory. Is that how much that was? $70? You know what probably killed that thing? It was probably the iPad. I used to have a WiiDraw. I had my U-Draw tablet that I got for 99 cents at a retro game store. I used to have it sitting right over here, and I must have moved it. I must have put it with the rest of my Wii stuff. But yeah, let me see here. That lets people draw and play on their television screens. The white 9x7-inch houses a Wii remote on the left. So you needed a Wii remote, which is already an expense, but you probably already had it. Plus a $70 tablet, and all it does is just draw on the screen. At the same time they released that, the iPad came out, the first iPad. And yeah, it was a lot more expensive, and you couldn't use it with your Wii. THQ said more software for the U-Draw would launch every couple of months. In January 2011, THQ sold off its wireless division to a Swedish mobile company. They unveiled their new logo, and the one that I showed you on this game case, this is their new logo. Sorry, I don't know if you guys are probably like, hey, why aren't you playing games while we're doing this? But I'll finish this up and then we'll get started. And there it is. By March 2011, it said after its game Homefront was released, I do have that game for PS3, it suffered a 26% stock drop. The large drop was speculated to be a result of Homefront's poor reception. And after that, they announced they started closing that. So yeah, the WiiDraw tablet, they probably didn't recuperate any of their money from that. And it's one of those things where if you take the wrong gamble and you have a series of financial mistakes or a series of financial failures, it can take down the whole company. And I mean, by series of mistakes, I mean 1, 2, 3, you're out. 3 strikes and you're out kind of thing. You love the bad ideas in video games almost as much as the good ones, yep. The new Homefront was really bad. You know what? I know I have it because I was just upstairs looking at, I wanted to make sure, I was actually helping a friend of mine find some PS3 games that would be good for kids. Believe it or not, they're hard to find. The only ones I can think of were maybe the Lego games and Just Dance. So maybe something like that. Hey, Jet Streamer, welcome to the stream. Happy holidays. Just got back from laundry. Well, hopefully it's not too far. THQ founded by the same person who founded LGN. Yes, that's one of the reasons why I heard of them recently. Because THQ was a founder. I'm sorry, THQ was an acronym for Toy Headquarters. I do remember that. What was the guy's name that founded it? Jack somebody. It's probably in here in the article, but I don't think I'll find it anytime soon. Because he sold off LJN, and then they went defunct. Little Big Planet, Motorstorm, okay. Hey, yeah, actually, if you guys think of any PS3 games that are great for kids, and I'm talking, this particular person, he has 2 girls, the oldest is 9, like 9, 7, and 5, and I think the boy is 5. Art Fleming was the Jeopardy host. Jack Friedman, thank you, Chris. Yep. Happy Tuesday to you, Barry. Welcome to the stream. I am on a Wii U. We are actually just talking about, we just played Jeopardy by THQ, and we ran into a lot of horrible audio glitches, and then I found out just a little bit ago that this game was made very shortly before they went under and filed for Chapter 11. So, I'm wondering, this game uses the same game engine, exactly the same. The same menus, the same caricatures. We're going to see about that. Ratchet and Clank, ooh, that's a good one. I don't know, that one's, if it's rated E, sure. Those aren't rated T for teen. I'm only asking because I don't know if my friend's going to care. I personally wouldn't. I would let my kids play Ratchet and Clank. But it is kind of like a shooter, I guess. Wheel of Fortune's Wheelmobile has logged over 275,000 miles and traveled more than 250 cities from coast to coast, giving Wheel fans a chance to audition to be a contestant on the broadcast version of the show. Ooh, 3D Dot Game Heroes. That came out for the PS3? I may get that for me. I thought that was only on, like, Nintendo stuff. Watch the Apple II video? Well, I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I miss when you can go shopping on Wheel of Fortune. Oh, that's back in the day. That's old school Jet Streamer. I think that the Family Guy... Yeah, let me turn this down.
And now, here are the stars of America's game.
I think that was back when... I think the Family Guy creators like that, too, because when they showed Wheel of Fortune, they showed the shopping scene. A lot of people had no idea what show they were doing. A lot of kids younger than me didn't know what it was supposed to be. PS3 exclusive.
We want to give away money right now.
I don't. How did that elude me? I thought that was on. I thought that was on Nintendo DS.
In a toss-up, letters are randomly revealed on the board until someone rings in and solves the puzzle.
We gotta get into game mode. We gotta
Press
focus.
the A button to ring in and solve.
Vanna looks a lot younger in this version.
House is the category. Let's go, Vanna. And it's player one.
Well, I only know. Oh, we gotta spell it. I only know this because I'm an old guy.
Nice going. Congratulations.
Everyone has a phone book.
Right off the bat.
Honestly, growing up, you didn't like the PS3?
$2,000.
I was a PS3 fan, but that's only because I was very anti-Microsoft back then.
Vanna, go ahead.
Alright, gotta focus again before I get up on comments here. Don't have a cow, man?
Player one.
I don't think this is proper grammar. And I thought they always used proper grammar on this show. Who'd have known it? I only know this because I think either my nephew or my brother says this a lot, or maybe both. My nephew and his dad.
Nice going. Congratulations. 2 for 2, player one. Player one.
Phone books are almost as old as the shopping on Wheel of Fortune. Probably the last time I got one, right? It was very expensive. It was more expensive than Microsoft.
Round. To win the jackpot, you must land on the jackpot wedge, correctly guess a letter, and then solve the puzzle.
You have 3 PS3s,
and
yellow light. I've had 3
featured
PS3s
prize.
that still run, and I've had them
Experience
since
an
they came
adventure
out.
like no other in
One of them is my
Brazil.
nephew.
Brazil features everything from music-laden cities, quaint colonial towns, unparalleled wildlife watching, to magnificent white sand beaches. $7,000.
You're pretty close, Damon. Hood. Yep.
Title is the category.
Okay, this is a big puzzle.
You're going to start, player one.
Player one. We're going to start. Okay, I don't know how the spinning works on this, but I'm assuming... Yep. Can't use the pad. I notice now they have to use these things to spin the wheel. They can't touch the wheel themselves. Give me a break. This is why I hate playing the game. Now I get to sit here and watch them solve the puzzle without me. Sorry to tell you this, but when the Wii U first came out, you thought it was an accessory for the Wii. You know what? You're not the only one. A lot of people were very confused about the Wii U.
$550.
But I didn't get one until 2015, so I guess I could have not known that either. Chuck Woolery was the original host of Wheel of Fortune. You know what? I saw that the other day because I saw it come up in my news feed when a lot of people were talking about Alex Trebek. Like, there's been a lot of stuff I've seen online about it. Maybe it's because I've been interested in it. Bad luck with PlayStation hardware? Yeah, I've heard some other people who've had some bad luck with it. My turn again? I wasn't paying attention. What letters did they guess? Alright. Not too hard. Gotta be gentle.
Could be trouble. Oh, man. I'm sorry.
Alright. You have a PS2 Slim that still works? Has Ajax been hosting this 82? I thought he was hosting about the same time as when Alex took over.
Yes, there is an S.
I just realized I said I was going to use the restroom, and then I didn't. But I still need to go. I just keep forgetting.
Come on, big money.
And last week...
All right, look at that.
Oh, sorry. What? I missed part of this.
Yep.
In 2015, not very interested in the Wii U either. The advertisement was not bad, but not as good as the Wii. Yeah, the only thing I like about the Wii is that it uses... I'm sorry. The biggest thing that sold me on the Wii U was the fact that it came with an HDMI cable on the back, so I can play all my Wii games on a regular TV without the component cables. That's what initially got me to buy it. But then, I played it for like, oh, of course, I'm going to win $1 million, and I'm going to be sitting here doing nothing. I'm not even trying to guess the,
Sorry.
I'm not even trying to guess the title here yet. Any recommendations to keep the PS3 free from that? Yes. Keep it dust free. I mean, it's overheating. That's what usually causes that. Now, I've heard the Super Slim is a good... I can't think of it. The Super Slim version is apparently a good one to get, but apparently the door on the top breaks, so... Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Oh, is this me? All right, back to this, and I'll be back to the conversation in a second. We got some good chats going here. All right, if this is bankrupt or lose a turn, this game's going straight in the trash.
This could be good for you. Nice one.
All right, I'm guessing. I'm not quite sure, but one of these has to have an H.
3 of those.
I won 3 trips to Brazil now. Yeah. That's the way I look at it.
Go on and pick up that prize wedge.
And I got a prize wedge that I only get if I win the puzzle. The blank that. Oh, the something. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. I think I actually know the puzzle.
$900. Four of them.
How about that? I knew it before. Same animations and everything. They really went cheap on this game. All right, I'm going to try it. Hopefully I don't go bankrupt. 500. 2,500 would have been better. But I know another one that's double letters.
There are 2 of those.
There's only one more. There's only one more consonant. Should I risk it or solve it? I'm going to solve it.
Let's have your solution then, player 1.
The goose. That laid. I don't know. Is there like a thing? This is when Wheel of Fortune usually airs here. Am I going to get flagged for playing it at the same time it's actually airing?
Congratulations. Well done. Not only did you win.
You want a goose now? You want to eat a goose now, or do you want a goose that lays golden eggs?
Congratulations.
I want it now, Daddy.
Right now. We'll be back.
Yes, the Wii U is backwards compatible with the regular Wii. So yes, it was pretty much, like I said, an accessory for the Wii. The anniversary of Wheel of Fortune and syndicated version.
Welcome to the mystery round. There are 2 mystery wedges on the
1976,
board.
yep.
One is hiding a fabulous prize, and the other is hiding a bankrupt. When you land on a mystery wedge and
Play
guess a
Breath of the
letter in
Wild.
puzzle, you can either turn it over and reveal its mystery, or you can take $1,000 for each instance of the letter. Are you willing to take the chance?
That's the reason why I got a Switch.
Puzzle, the category is Living Thing.
Living thing.
Player 2, it's your turn to
All right.
start. Let's make
Probably not
the
going to
most
get
of
this on here. What's the show called again? Is it Wheel of Fortune? I think so. Somebody else correct me if I'm wrong. This is not the regular Wii version. This is the in fact
300.
Wii U version.
it. Yes, there is.
I used to put the
a
game cover up
pause.
on there. Let me do that real quick while we're doing this so people.
There is an A.
Living thing, crab legs. That's my guess. Crab legs. Those are living things.
Could be trouble.
Oh, she's gonna beat me. Oh yeah, not so bad, not so fun when it happens to you, is it? If I stumble over my words, it's because I'm trying not to say any foul language. Oh, look at that! It says Nordic. That must be a custom
600.
cover.
Yes, there is an L.
Live. There we go.
Wow, mystery wedge.
Oh, of course.
Sorry, none of those.
My turn?
Could be Big trouble. Ah, the bankrupt got you.
This game has a microphone in it, right? There we go. That's the game I'm playing. The Wii U version. From THQ, as we were talking about for a couple hours. The Red Wii Mini. Saw it. See, I always thought the Red Wii Mini looked kind of cool.
Sorry.
It's not crab legs, though. It's too much in there. Crab.
No, sorry.
I think it's. I'm pretty sure it's crab. Is it crab people? You guys remember that from South Park? Tastes like crab. Looks like people. Crab people.
350. Nope, sorry.
It's not crab. Okay, so that's why I'm completely off of here. Anybody else got it? You want it more than ever now? Saw one at Walmart? Yeah. See, this is why I don't like watching. This is why I don't like playing the game. They need to be guessing letters that are wrong so that I can get it right. That's what this game should be doing.
Yes, there is an O. The vowels are gone now.
Gold. Crab gold. I'm still on crab, even though I know it's wrong. That's the problem with this game. That I think a lot of people make the mistake. They keep clinging to a word even though it's wrong.
Sorry, none of those.
And it doesn't have any of the most common letters either.
$300. You know what? There's none of those. Sorry.
I have no clue. Yeah, I always thought the Red Wii looked cool, but it takes away GameCube compatibility and takes away any sort of networking that you could have done with it. And there are still some fun things you can do with them.
Pick it up.
Oh. She gets a half car. She's not getting the other half. You have a Switch Lite. You have a regular Switch. Two people I knew had a Wii U. Just played the Wii games on it. Yeah, that was my goal. That's one of the things I did on this for a long time, was just play regular Wii games. I actually, for the first time, got the
mystery wedge.
The Wii Sports.
Nope, sorry.
The Wii Sports in HD upgrade that they made.
$300.
Need the wild card.
Yes.
What? What am I missing? It's gray what? It's not gray fox. Gray. Gray something.
Come on, big money.
Of course.
Player one, you got the bankrupt.
I forgot the game's rigged. Alright. Because I could connect my Switch on my TV. Is the regular Switch better? Chat's going almost too fast to keep up with.
900. No, bad luck.
See, I thought Grey Wolf, but I thought that the F was already gone. Unless I'm mistaken, let me see if they showed the letters.
300.
Oh, F isn't gone. Okay, yeah, you're probably right. I ruled it out because I thought it was already gone. Since I don't have any money, let's spin anyway. Want that wild card, Alex. Half a car wouldn't have been bad either. Let's try W just to make sure.
There is a W.
Alright, because I don't like spelling out the word more than one letter at a time, I'm gonna spin again. I choose to solve the puzzle, Alex. Isn't that what Norm Macdonald would say as a Turd Ferguson on
Here we are, Wheel.
See? You only get one spin. How many times has the bankrupt shown up on here? If this happened on TV, they would show more of the show than they would commercials. Pretty sure that's not the case.
We'll be trying to solve it. Congratulations, well done.
No gaming online to you as a downgrade. You can still do some online gaming on the Wii U, although they are starting to shut some things down.
Everyone, right after this.
They are starting to shut some things down, like the Mario Maker game is going to shut down in March for the Wii U. But you can still play Mario Kart 8 online on there. But yes, no online for the
Okay, everybody.
for the
what
regular
are you
Wii. I wouldn't
doing
accept
is
that
the
either.
category for our next puzzle.
SNES is based off a real
And it's a
Nintendo console.
prize puzzle. Look at that. Player 3, you'll start.
Wii U sold less than 14 million. Yep. Wii U actually sold 13 million. I heard it's somewhere in there.
Stop anytime.
That's fine. Gray mold is a thing. Is a
350.
living thing.
No, next
Bad
time.
wheel. She gets the car. Oh, that's right. She only gets half car. She has to get the other half to win. We gotta make sure that doesn't happen. Let me guess. Lose a turn. Bankrupt. Here we go. We're going for bankrupt.
Oh,
How did I know?
down to 0.
All right. So we're already telling you. This THQ symbol is just the same as LJN. I'm getting miffed. I'm getting a little spitfire. By the way, this is the very horribly sun-faded thing of the Wii cover. I do have the Wii game. If we want to try it later, it's a formal rental. Don't know if it works. It's probably the same game.
Keep it going. All right, look at that. Yep, we got 2.
Bought Mario Odyssey from the
Let's get
Nintendo
those
eShop
up
for
there.
$41. Yep, I can believe it. Oh, for the Switch. Sorry, I thought you... For some reason, I was thinking of the Wii U. I'm like, there's no Wii U version of that.
Could be trouble.
I thought the same thing you did, Damon.
Got you.
Unbelievable. Or if you're a Justin Bieber fan, unbelievable. I like to solve the puzzle. What are you doing? Failing miserably at game show.
Get
That's
out of
right.
there. Sorry, next player.
I'm going to whip something across the room here in a second. I have not been this frustrated at a game in a long time. This is taking me back to childhood. Believe it or not, I would never
300.
throw my controllers against the wall. My
Not
brother,
this
on the other
puzzle,
hand,
sorry.
did. That's the reason why I never did, because if both of us did it and we both broke the controllers at the same time, my parents wouldn't buy another one. Another generic one.
600. Not in this puzzle, sorry.
All right. I'm going to say this time, I was bankrupt twice last time. I think this is going to be a lose a turn. We're probably under a lose a turn right now. Oh, wow. Do I get to guess a letter? I don't even know what to do. It's been so long. How do I do this? All right, these are letters. And this is a screen that I'm looking at. So the capital of North Dakota is Bismarck. Probably not. I'm going to guess the letter T.
There is a T.
Oh my gosh, I get one letter. Now I'm going to go bankrupt again. There's that lose a turn. Come on.
800.
It'd be funny if the game glitched and then really quickly went to the other two. I would have lost it.
There are 2 of those.
All right, here we go. What are you doing? Failing miserably at game shows. Probably at the game show.
Come on, big money.
Oh,
With the
wild card. Here we go.
If you call another consonant in the puzzle, it will be worth the value of the wedge you just landed on. You can also save the wild card for the bonus round and use it to guess an additional consonant.
Well, why wouldn't I do that? All right, we're going to do...
There are 2 of those.
Do I get 3 wild cards? Or 2 wild cards? All right, did anybody guess any vowels yet?
You can now use the wild card from the Action Select screen.
I'm getting too much here. It's probably gonna make me bankrupt. There it is, bankrupt, bankrupt. Look at that. Yeah, I would have actually,
Foiled again.
I would have been disappointed if I hadn't gotten the
Ooh,
bankrupt.
you lost the wild card as
It
well.
would have just bummed me out to no end. I would have been beside myself with grief had it not landed on bankrupt.
Keep it going. Oh, down to 0.
This is THQ, late THQ programming written all over it. What's the probability of a bankrupt? How about 1 in every 1 spins?
300.
Every kid knew to stay away, far away from the ALJN NES games. I guess I didn't. There was a couple of them that I actually enjoyed to an extent. The same way that somebody would enjoy watching a car wreck. All right, I got culture. Culture is probably the last word. New culture. Unless that's not it.
No
Who knows?
O.
Come on, bankrupt. Oh.
400. Yes.
So it is culture. Yeah! Don't get too cocky. You're going to get a bankrupt, buddy. Back to 400 again.
400.
You know what's kind of funny is one of my favorite arcade games in the arcade that's around me.
There must be some M's. How many? Woo!
Huh. Well, we're going to buy
Let's
some
have your
vowels.
vowel. Yes, there is an A.
1A.
Player 1 is going to buy a... There are 3 of those.
There we go. Yep. Immersing in... No, immersing blank in a new culture. I know some of it, I just don't know enough of it. Dana White was on The Price is Right as a contestant. Here we go. We're going to win $1 million. Probably not. Well, we're not going to take any chances here.
One of them. Go on and pick up that wedge.
All right, I'm going to buy a vowel.
You've gotten the $1 million wedge. To win it, you need to solve the current puzzle, make it to the bonus round, land on the $1 million prize in the bonus wheel, solve the bonus puzzle, and win the whole thing without ever landing on a bankrupt. Good luck.
Well, good news, that's not going to happen.
Let's have your vowel. Yes. All the vowels are gone, gang.
What is that word that has no vowels in it? Oh, it has one. It's got to have a Y in it. Here comes my first bankrupt to get rid of that.
Here we are.
Replay. Well, good thing I just bought all the
This replay
vowels.
wedge will let you do things without any risk. You can call a vowel even if you have no money. If you do have money, the vowel is free. If you call a letter and it's not in the puzzle, you don't lose your turn. You can even try to solve the puzzle. And if you're wrong, you don't lose your turn.
Thanks, Icy Pizza Boy. Immersing myself in culture. Let's try it.
There is a Y.
All right, so the question is, do I risk a bankrupt?
Only your first action is
Hey,
free, so what
Portlandia
you do
looking
now
to
will
stream.
count.
Or it's always sunny, as I call you all the time. That was a lot stronger than I noticed.
This could be good for you. 700.
Oh, I could have got half a car.
There is a W.
Gosh, what is that last word? Missile? All right, we're going to solve.
Let's have your solution then, player 1. Nice
Thank you for
going.
the myself. I don't know why that was driving me crazy. Usually when there's a...
Remember, this was also a prize puzzle, so you've also
N64.
won this. Jim?
We've taken care of everything, so take advantage of Berlin's rich history.
I just want a trip to
Choose
Berlin.
from countless churches, palaces, and gardens, and immerse yourself in the local culture. $8,000.
Chemo works too.
Congratulations! You've
For
moved a
chemo.
little closer to winning the $1 million. We'd like these totals to grow, and hopefully they will, right after this.
Can I pass on my turns at spinning the wheel? I'm pretty sure I'm going to win with that amount. I don't want a chance getting a bankrupt, so can I just... Oh,
It's a close
I'll
game.
try to
You're
buy a
going to
vowel.
need $3,000, which is
That's
how
not
much this
there.
toss-up is worth.
Oh, here we go.
For our next puzzle, the category is
Gotta
in
focus.
the kitchen. And we'll get it started right now.
In the kitchen. I know what the last word is, but I don't know what the first one is.
Player 1?
Maybe I didn't know what the first word was.
There you go. We're going to start with you.
Believe it or
player
not, those
one,
graphics are not
because
good
you
enough to
won
be
the
considered
last toss-up.
N64, but I guess it could be.
For our next puzzle, the category is Classic TV.
I think you...
You'll start, player one.
I think... Oh, I don't want to spin. I don't want to do anything. I want to try to solve and get it wrong. Won't let me do anything. Here comes my bankrupt. I'm going to leave my $1 million wedge, and I'm going to get upset. They're just dragging it
300.
out. We're like, oh, we're going to make him think he has a chance.
Nope, next time.
Yeah, good. Everyone else, solve the puzzle. Just solve it. I don't care. Get the money. Just don't land on $1 million.
600. There's no N.
This is not N64. This is on the Wii U. Oh, this is funny. I should have fastened it, but I'm not.
Here we are, Wheel.
Oh, no. Let him solve it. I don't care. Yep, I've got it correct on there. I'm playing on the Wii U today. Thank the Lord.
It's my turn to
We're
spin.
gonna get
I'll
this.
ask you to give me a letter. If it's in the puzzle, you'll have 15 seconds
So maybe
to
we-
solve it. Vowels worth nothing. Consonants worth $1,000 plus. $550. And we start with you, player one. A letter, please.
Classic TV.
There must be some T's. How many? And 15 seconds.
That's
Starting
not the
now.
Adams Family. The facts of life.
Player one is choosing to solve the puzzle.
It's the facts of life. You guys witnessed it.
Nice going.
Boom.
Congratulations.
You're welcome.
Solve the last puzzle. Congratulations, player one. Player one, you've won big, and you'll be going on to the
Yes,
bonus
Mrs.
round
Garrett
in
rules.
just
The
a
only
moment.
reason why I know about that show is Family Guy.
You ended up in second place, but still with a tidy sum there.
Whew.
The wheel gave you a little trouble there, but you still did all right.
Yes, PS1. It's probably in the description. You're not very disturbed at times. It's on the screen, man.
You've already come this
I know
far,
you're
player
messing with
one. Spin the wheel
All right,
for
now
your
here we go.
chance to win
I'm probably
$1
going to spin a
million.
bankrupt here. You have the entire series on your TiVo? That's awesome. I have seen part of that show, but the only reason why it was fresh in my mind was because of Family Guy. Peter liked Mrs. Garrett for sure.
Okay,
All right, the
I've got
W.
your
I like it.
envelope
W
now.
for the win.
It's Thing this time.
I'm going to need some help here, guys.
RSTL.
I do have my wild card.
We'll let Vanna do her thing.
So I'm able to guess 4 letters.
We need 3 more consonants and a vowel.
Oh, or did I go bankrupt since then?
Let's see those letters. Now you have 80 seconds to try to solve the puzzle. Good luck.
The problem is, I thought of a different word for the first one. Con? No. Corn. Anybody got it? I feel like cheating. What's that? No. It's gotta be it. This is, I'm stumped. It's gotta be another vowel. The facts of life, maybe. Corn cob. Pipe. Can I get it in time? Oh, thanks for that. Wow.
Cruise the highways with this
I want a sports car. All right. It didn't pay out last time. Let's see. Come on, Wii U. I'll take it in 50s and 100s this time. 50s and 100s. Spit them out. Oh, it probably does direct deposit, so I don't have to worry about it. $95,000. Thanks,
Good
IC
night,
Pizza
everybody.
Boy. You guys did good.
Bye-bye.
Damon and Pizza Boy came in on that one. Whew. All right, I'm going to mute that in case that music strikes in one way, shape, or form. Man, that was good. By the way, if you guys can't tell, I have been actually doing a lot better since my initial diagnosis. I was out for 2 weeks of work. It has now been 2 weeks since then, and I'm just now finally starting to feel better in terms of like I was saying I was at 90% for a while. That was a low 90. I feel like I'm about 95% now. Can't quite run the Boston Marathon, but at least I can get up off the couch without gasping for air and clutching my chest. So we're doing that. We're doing better. The money was supposed to come out of the slot of the Wii U. Exactly. Hey, I need to get my money out of this console somehow. Pick it up at GameStop. It's all in store credit, and it's only worth $1.50. Oh, here we go. You know what? Here's the payout. I can look this up. If I tried to trade in Wheel of Fortune for the Wii U, how much could I get for it? Where is it? I don't want trade-in value. Yep, here we go. Trade-ins. Find values. Wheel of Fortune for the Wii U. There it is. Here's what I get. Man, I wasn't too far off. The cash value of this game is $1.60. That's actually, yeah, or what I owe them if they would buy it. Or it's $2 in store credit. Now, if I was a pro member, which my pro membership expired, it would be $1.76. So if I pay $14 or $15 to reinstate my pro membership, then I would owe them money. So yeah, you're probably right. Did I have it? Yes, I did, Jet Screamer. I absolutely did. I'm not just sure, I was positive. So, but I am doing a lot better. Yes, it was actually just this morning that I started feeling it. The symptoms come and go in waves. So, and I was told for 4 to 6 weeks after I get out of my self-isolation, then I still could be feeling some lingering effects. I didn't think I had the loss of taste of sense or smell or taste, but I did. It's actually kind of dulled. Like I have unless the odor is really strong, I have a hard time smelling it. My taste is fine. I can still taste everything. So never did lose that. You just did the pro points for. Oh, on Xbox All Access? Sell. This is the most this game's probably going to be worth. I will say this game performed better than Jeopardy, did it not? I gotta be honest, it did better than Jeopardy, so hey, we got that down. Well, the only other Wii games I have here are Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy again. But instead of on the Wii U, we would switch over to Wii mode and play those. So if you guys want, we can do that, or I will switch over and play something retro before I have to get off of here tonight. What other rad games do I have on the Wii U? Oh, I have a whole bunch. I have almost all of them. All the physical versions, I should say. The only ones I'm missing are games like Devil's Third. I recently got Hello Kitty Cruisers, so I'd have that. There's one like Monster High, one of those two games, the one that's more rare. I thought there was another racing game I was missing. I have a list. I guess I should look at it, right? Do I have Mortal Kombat on any platform? I have Mortal Kombat on many platforms. There was no Mortal Kombat on the Wii U, but I have Mortal Kombat for the PlayStation 2, and that's hooked up. Actually, I was thinking about going back to the PlayStation 2 console and trying to play some more Need for Speed. Are you guys up for that? Among Us on Switch, but no Among Us on Wii U. That is true. Is Hello Kitty any good? You used to think that was adorable when you were a kid. I don't know. They've since released it for the Switch, so it's not like you have to have a Wii U to get it anymore. And that's the same thing for everything. I do have Mario Kart for Wii U as well. I don't have any of the DLC for it, though. Oh, here we go. He's telling us how everyone did. $95,750 on this one. All right, I'm looking up the Wii U collection. Basically, I just keep a separate sheet when I was trying to collect them all. I don't have the Book of Unwritten Tales 2. That's one I'm still missing. The Crude's Prehistoric Party I'm still missing. Devil's Third. There's Monster High. Rapala Pro Bass Fishing. And that's it. Oh, wait, nope. Turbo is the other one. Turbo Super Stunt Squad. Those are the only Wii U games released in the US physically that I am missing out of a complete collection. And yes, I even bought the one I said I wasn't going to. The one they released just this year. I don't even remember what it is. I didn't even open it. Something Showdown. Yes, and all of those. Need for Speed is a classic. Let's go ahead and do some... I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use the restroom. I will be right back. I'm going to use the restroom, switch over to the PlayStation 2. We're going to play some Need for Speed games here real quick before I cancel out of here. So thanks for sticking with me. I will be right back. And let's switch over to my PS2. There we go. So my PS2 theme. And I'll be right back. remember the first time I saw that opening, I was watching it on a PC, actually. And I don't know, it was just one of those moments where I wasn't used to seeing full motion video. So that was one that I was very excited to see when it first booted up. Alright, we've had a lot of... You may have high Need for Speed for Switch. We have a lot of comments in the chat to catch up on before I do this, but before I do, because I know people are going to ask, we're going to get this set up. Again, this is great prep on my part. I had no idea I was going to be streaming Need for Speed in this stream. Oh yeah, the demo is actually a full motion video of the graphics, so it looks even worse. Because it's a choppy, like 15 frames per second video. Let's see if I can find it. There we go. So there's that. And then next... If that 90s soundtrack is not enough to get you excited for Need for Speed, I don't know what will be. That 1990s club it up kind of hit. As I said, I was not prepared for this at all. I was going to do this on my PlayStation 2, but that didn't work out, so that's why the stream paused for a little bit. And then I also had to get my PS1 out. I'm going to play this. And bam! There we have a console. I know there's some people that would cringe, who are streamers out there, who would cringe if they saw the amount of prep that I do on the actual stream. I don't know what it is. People are just like, you gotta be more professional. And then I'm like, if you guys minded it, maybe I'd quit doing it, but actually I wouldn't. Sorry, it's just one of those things where it's just a preference to me. Is that still on? Oh yeah, it is still on here. Let's minus that. Yep. There we go, this is on here. Put it behind the console. This is a game from EA. This is back when EA used to be good and didn't just do sports games and poor quality Need for Speed time. Alright, let's catch up on the chat before we get going here. Turn that sound down just a little bit. Impressive 2-game show total. Oh yeah, no kidding. If I had that, that'd be good. Pro Bass sounds cool. Something retro. This is a bit more retro. It's still 3D though. Saw some ads for the Switch. Looks rad. Refuse to buy a gaming system though, like of any kind. It'll eat up too much of your time and energy. You're 39, so trying to support a fan. Yeah, I'm trying to support the video game habit instead of a family, so. I guess I kind of missed that too. I used to have Need for Speed 2 SE instead of the original one, so. 50 and you make the time? Yes. By the time you get that old, you're tired of your family by then, is that it? We're just going to do one player's fine. Location. Let's see what tracks they have on here. The Proving Grounds, we're definitely going to do that one. I don't know if I need to do 4 laps. Let's do 2. There we go. Looks like 2's really good. Okay, triangle's back. I'm used to it being the other way around. You get your video game fix with a little PUBG on your phone once a week. And a few live streams. Oh, that's awesome, as always. Appreciate that. It's always sunny. The Wii U is discounted. No Among Us on the Wii U. Yeah, I think I already read that one. Getting my game fixed vicariously. Monster Taste a couple days ago. Smell is coming back now. Well, that's good. Oh no, that's alright. It says, is there at least 300 Wii U games? No. There's only about 160 officially commercially released Wii U games in the United States. Now, there were a ton more released just on the eShop. I'm sorry, on the Wii shop. Wii U shop. There we go. I got it the last time. We had the Nintendo eShop, I said the Wii shop, and now we got the Wii shop channel. And if you add in the backwards compatibility, you have thousands. Used to have a PlayStation 2, so you're nostalgic for that. Most say to get a PS3 to play PS2 HDMI games. Yeah, I usually... the problem is HDCP is an issue when you're streaming, and so I have to output with my component cables. There is a way to get your copy protection off of there, but I choose not to. Too much work for... Too big of a headache to set up for what it's worth for me. Grandmother lost her sense of smell permanently. Interesting. Oh. Yeah, that'll do it. It's Always Sunny. Good thing you have a good sense of humor about that. I would have been traumatized by that. Looks like Need for Speed on PS3. Nope, Need for Speed 2. Alright, I'm gonna have to skip ahead. Sorry, I missed a few comments there. I see Alright Bye. Used to have a lot of fake PS2 games. Are PAL games slower on PS1? Never tried a PAL game on the US PlayStation 1. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong tree and I didn't think it was moving. Outback, North Country, Pacific Spirit, Mystic Peaks should be the last one. I think there's a track we can unlock. Or maybe it's exclusive to the... I'm okay with the McLaren. The McLaren F1, I don't even think this McLaren ever released. It may have. Sorry, I inhaled a bit of my own spit. I need to put the PlayStation 2 controller back. I'm sorry, I'm a hot mess here. The PlayStation 2 streams well for PlayStation 2 games, but for some reason, it could be my HD TV over here. It says unsupported mode when I try to use PS1 games on a... I saw that about to happen. I heard the laser pick up in there. Oh yeah, the Ford Indigo. Let's race the Ford Indigo. I just saw it on there, and I remember I used to race that all the time. I thought that thing looked so cool when I was younger. So yeah, here's the McLaren F1. We can do the showcase where it does the videos. We can do the Ferrari. What Ferrari is it? The F50? Yep. Ford GT90, which is a cool Ford. I think the Indigo was a concept car that never got released. There's the Lotus GT1. The Lotus E-Spirit V8, which looks like every single sedan in the 90s to me. Oh, Italian design Cafe. Mr. McLaren F1. The Ford Indigo, it showed it on there. It must be an unlock. Darn it, I wanted to play with the Ford Indigo. Oops. There we go. Alright, let's just race. Opponents, question mark, that's fine. Let's do this. Hopefully I chose two laps on that. PlayStation graphics are more blocky than the PlayStation 2. The PlayStation 1 graphics do not live up well. They did not age well, is what I was trying to say. I can hear this thing loading next to me. I'm sure you guys can't hear that. It's like the disc is spinning. This PlayStation that I'm using, I found again at a garage sale. It's not my childhood PlayStation. All of my childhood consoles are hooked up to the CRT in the background there. This is really dark. I can barely see this. Can I turn up the brightness? I cannot. Sorry guys, it's gonna look very dark here. We'll try a different track in a little bit. It's only 2 laps, so I'll do it. It looks dark on my TV too. Then again, remember this was supposed to be plugged into a CRT, and CRTs used to have a brightness setting on there you can control. So some of these games may try to look intentionally dark. Oh, look at that trippy tunnel. Forgot about that. Where's the track map? I thought it used to show up in the corner. There we go. Yeah, look at the lighting and shadow effects. That was probably something on the pop-ins. This is probably something that was meant to showcase the graphics of this game back in the day. And the graphics of this game does look a little bit better on the PC. The Need for Speed 1 looks about the same. I'm sure there's a slight advantage. See, I couldn't even see I was coming up on him. It was so dark. Oh! Couldn't see that he wrecked either. He gets spawned right in front of me. That is the Need for Speed equivalent of a spawn kill. Right? But anyway, so I'm used to playing this more on PC than I am the PlayStation 2. And I think the one thing I do remember is we played it on a Packard Bell back in the day with a Windows 95 machine back in 97 at 16 megabytes of RAM. The PlayStation, the Sony PlayStation, I think, has 2 megabytes of RAM, 1 megabyte of video RAM. So yeah, you do the math, it probably would look better on PC. And it was also the Special Edition, which made minor improvements to the game, as well as adding another track and I think another car. So, you like the PS1 art style? Need for Speed 2 is fantastic. Like Need for Speed High Stakes a little bit better though. Yeah, that was probably the first one we got for PlayStation.
You've got a
Is
top
that...
time for this track.
Oh, we got a top time for this track. We're just gonna... I don't have a memory card put in here, so we're just gonna do that. I was on the McLaren F1. I got third. And I set a top 10 time for the track. Amiga, the official timekeeper. Wonder how they paid for this game. New 9th gen consoles are having a fast loading speed, so that's not a problem. Yeah. I did like Need for Speed 2. Need for Speed 1, 2, 3, and 4 are all great, with my preferences leading towards 2 and 3, only because 3 was like a mystical unicorn to me. We bought Need for Speed 3 thinking it would run on our old Pentium 1 133 megahertz machine with a very basic graphics card, and it would not. We had to wait like 2 or 3 years to play it. Oh, come on. It's telling me I need to pick a track quicker. All right, we're going to move to the Outback. Hopefully that's a bit brighter. It looks brighter on the videos, so hopefully. So that was Proving Grounds. Now we're going to go on the Outback. Oops. I need to remember that. We're just going to do McLaren again. Let's try it again. Wish I had a Prodigy soundtrack on it. Went on a live French stream the other night. You talked about your comment gushing for 8 straight minutes. On the PS1 art style? You know what? It's, like I said, I don't think they aged well for modern displays, but if you plug a PS1 onto an original CRT, it looks a lot better. The problem is, you can, like I said, it's the same thing with the Nintendo 64. I think that the, there we go, this looks a lot better. I think that the N64 looks a lot better on a CRT as well. And there is a particular art style to that. Well, it looks like I'm getting less frames now that we're in an outdoor environment. Yeah, this doesn't look terrible. And again, this is composite being upscaled to HDMI, but if you were playing this on like a pixel perfect emulator, or if you had one of those HDMI capture devices outside of your that you modded your PlayStation for. So if you modded your PlayStation 1, that's what I'll say. I said if you got that HDMI mod hooked up to your PlayStation 1 and then try to play it, it's going to try to pixel scale it, and the composite video signal actually smooths out a lot of the flaws. So again, I think this looks better the way it is now, smoothing out its flaws, than it would if you played it on a regular HD display with HDMI pixel perfect render. So I think that's why the PlayStation Classic, a lot of people said looked bad. Partially that was because of some of the games they picked. But honestly, like games like Crash Bandicoot and Spyro are still beautiful. They still look great today, and they don't look as great on a flat panel display, but they still look good. However, there are a lot of people... Oh, look at that airtime. there were a lot of game companies that did not. Oh, ran into a brick wall. That is the arcade-style racers that we grew up with, guys. And I did it again. I definitely wouldn't have snapped my neck just then. I think that's how Dale Earnhardt went. And look at there we go, the polygon pop in. That is nostalgic. So yes, I think that the PS1 art style still looks good in some games, but I don't even want to say the majority because I haven't played the majority of games out there. But I'll say the majority of the games I remember playing and I've tried to play again on a flat panel display just don't look as good. Like I said, Crash and Spyro is a rare exception. You go back and play the first Tomb Raider though, that's not an art style that looks good anymore. Impressive for the time. I still find it nostalgic, but I could be critical of it. I can say, yeah, that looks bad. I'd still play it though. Because graphics is not what makes a video game, right? There's a quote from another YouTuber, I can't remember who it is, that said, they say that graphics aren't important, but every game that I've played has had them. And that's a rarely profound statement for people that say that, you know, it's not all about the graphics. And that's true, it isn't all about the graphics. All graphics and no gameplay will lead you with nothing. Nothing usable anyway. But, sorry, I'm now concentrating on the race a little bit now that I'm catching back up to the field. But if your game has no graphics, then what's the point of making a game? Like, we'd all be playing text adventures if, he spun me out, that stupid person. You big meanie. I'm back in, am I in third place or am I in third gear? I was in third gear. I was in sixth place. How do I honk? I can't figure out how to honk. PlayStation graphics, we're good for the time.
You've got a top time for this track.
I don't know. I still found that the N64 graphics looked better than the PlayStation 1 graphics. Back in the day they did. And again, the N64 did not live up well. Does not live well today. And there are so many people trying to make that HDMI mod on N64. Again, I think that's just a waste of time and money. Still chatting with the older Sims, yep. Have a lot of PS2 games, but you don't think the disc will work on a PS4? No, it will not. Retro games look good in HD, but not really in widescreen. Yeah, if it's not meant for widescreen, like I'm looking on here, but if I look at my TV, it's stretched. I don't know why everybody thought that they wanted to see their old movies and old video games stretched, but these HDMI adapters, the cheap ones, are not very good. So we got through that. I set a top 10 time. Obviously on the second lap because I didn't hit a wall that time. Hey, RingFit Mackenzie, welcome to the stream. Just want to say a quick hello from work. Hey, well, I appreciate you joining me. By the way, before I forget to say it, wow, we're actually got a lot of people who joined us here. If you guys are joining me, starting in January, I'm not quite sure the date yet, but starting in January, I'll be switching the night that I stream from Tuesday nights to Sunday nights. The reason why the change has to happen is I'm going to be starting coaching our Scholastic Bowl team, and we're going to have matches on Tuesday nights, so I won't be here. So I'll mention that a couple other times. I'll probably put it in my title card next week when I stream, but starting in January of 2021, I'll be switching to Sunday nights. So hopefully you'll be able to join us then, Mackenzie. If not, I still appreciate you stopping by, and I appreciate the donation, so thank you. The PS1 graphics style and hardware limitations worked for games like Silent Hill 1, and really, I liked Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear Solid had a good... I remember liking that game, thinking it had kind of outstanding graphics. But games like Final Fantasy VII looked great on the PlayStation 1. Yeah, it used some pre-rendered background tricks, but I think that helped the game live up a little bit, or look better than some of the other ones do. Yes, coaching Scholastic Bowl. Scholastic Bowl is considered part of an activity that fits underneath sports. I wouldn't call it a sport. It's more like guidance. But yeah, So, yeah, starting in January, streaming on Sundays. I'll say it several times. I'll tweet it. I'll get all that stuff out there. As soon as I mentioned how many people I had watching the stream, it dropped. So, sorry. But hey, before you guys forget, we had like 24 people watching the stream a little bit ago, and I only have 9 likes on the stream. So, please do not forget to click that like button so YouTube picks up my content, recommends to others, and we can keep expanding on the community that we've gotten here. Not that I don't mind your company, too. But more is always better, right? It's our philosophy of collecting video games as well as collecting friends. Although my psychology teaching just comes back in that says that we can only... I think this number's too high. They said that no matter how many people we know in our lives, we can only effectively create a good relationship or an effective relationship with up to 150 people in our lives, and that's the maximum we can handle at a time. So, which is kind of funny because when I was teaching and I had a full load of students, I had about 150 students. And I can tell you that meant that my family I didn't care about much. I had to cut someone. And I was getting paid to like the kids. So, I'm not paid to like my family, right? I'm kidding, of course. Alright, I need to learn which one's the brake. Because I actually have yet to tap on the brakes. Oh, ooh, there's airtime. I'm in 7th place, and now I'm back in 8th. I'm fighting for last. See, the problem is they really do. This game is designed to penalize you for hitting other cars. It's really meant to be a detriment to you more than the other car you hit. So that's a little bit how this game's supposed to be, like simulation-ish. But then you can ram into a brick wall and not die, and not crash your car. Alright, so we got through that. I do remember this track, but man, it's been ages. Okay, there was the handbrake. I knew it. I knew he was coming for me. There's that pressure of trying to maintain. Oh, I drifted. I drifted around the corner. You know how hard it is to drift in this game? It doesn't work well. Yeah, how they try to add realism into this game, though, is just not realistic. Okay, we're going through the castle. I'm stuck in the trees. I was going to say it better let me out. I feel like I'm driving through medieval times now. I really hope they let that show start up again. I really hope they let that show start up again when they release these restrictions. I am doing terrible. I am nowhere near the record. Oh, sorry. I am nowhere near the record. My screen flashes red whenever I
Final lap.
There we go. When I overextend myself on the mic. That took me 2 minutes and 54 seconds. Let's see if I can beat that time. But hang on a second. I've got something here. One more level to go in Super Mario U Deluxe. That is awesome. But Walter with the donation there. I love this stream. Well, I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. I gotta tell you, it's always fun jumping on here with you guys. You guys make it fun. And I definitely feel appreciated from you. So thank you so much for the donation. And thank you so much for being there. You're always on my streams. Hopefully, you'll still be there even with the time change I have to do. And by the way, if the Sunday night thing works out better, I could continue that. But it's going to be for January and February is when I plan to stream on. Darn it. See, now I lost my concentration. I'll just say that's it. No, you know what? I'm going to blame it on the controller. I haven't done that in a while. This controller stinks. That's the reason why I keep crashing into walls. So anyway, so January and February I'll be on Sundays, but then once the season's over, I should be able to switch back to Tuesday nights. It's only 2 months out of the year, so... And it's better than not streaming at all, right? I could take a 2-month leave of absence, but, I mean, I would miss it at that point. You know, kind of, this is a little off topic, and I don't mean to, I don't know if there's a word like maudlin don't mean to be maudlin about it, but I don't even know what that word means. I heard it from Johnny Carson back in the day. He said he didn't like people who kind of made a big emphasis over certain things. So I will say this. I have been forewarned by several other YouTubers that started around the same time I did. By the way, when I started on YouTube, I mean, it's like small YouTubers are some of the most supportive people of other YouTubers I've ever seen. And I've tried to keep that philosophy up even now to this day. If I see someone who's a small YouTuber and I can help them out in any way, shape, or form if I like what they do, I will definitely lend my supports if I can. In my own way. You know, sometimes they'll ask me to do stuff. It may not be what you want me to do, but I did the same thing last time. Look at that. Come on, flip me, come on. There we go. But anyway, my point is, I was forewarned by several people who have started a YouTube channel and quit channels that they got burned out because of the streaming schedule. I heard a lot of people tell me, and there's been some very talented people out there who are a lot better at video games than I am who have started a YouTube channel. They streamed once a week, and they have since quit. And there's one particular one I'm thinking of who I thought was going to make it and be 10 times bigger than me, and he ended up quitting. And I mean, I kind of agree with his reasons, something that, you know, YouTubers agree with, but I was forewarned that the streaming schedule would would eventually get to me. And I gotta tell you, I think it's because I found the right group of people, but I don't feel that here. I mean, I really don't feel burned out. I don't feel like streaming is a drain on my schedule. I'm going to be gaming anyway, and this is kind of a way to do it, so honestly, I know that those people have legitimate concerns, legitimate things, but I really credit you guys for my love of streaming. So obviously, if no one watched, I wouldn't be streaming, but I just hand it to you guys to why it's so fun to stream. So thank you so much for making this fun. I will definitely keep streaming if you guys keep watching, and that's pretty much it. But I know it's not for everyone. Jet Screamer said he tried to stream. I know you used to ask me questions about it, Jet Screamer. Back in the day, you would ask what my setup was, I think. I mean, I've had tons of people ask me that, so I'm assuming. I don't really remember a specific conversation. You used to watch your show on Boomerang when you were younger. It was just enjoyable. Really? I didn't know he had a show on there. Pacific Spirit's going to be next, and it looks like it's going to be another dark track. I'm hoping... I'm hoping it's not too dark. If it's too dark, I may not be able to play it. Like I said, all of the PlayStation 1 graphics look a little dark on here, and I think that's because the TV itself would create kind of a glow. Make the graphics a little bit brighter. I think it was called the Future Flintstones. Oh yeah, it's called the Jetsons. Meet George Jetson. Bow, 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 bow. Jane, his wife. Oh, I'm sorry, his boy Elroy. I skipped a whole bunch. His boy Elroy. He goes to the Big Little Dipper school. Is that what it was?
One, go!
And then I did see something where they get to Jane, his wife. This has to be a Family Guy parody, where he takes out a little bit of money out of his wallet, and she takes the whole wallet. That's actually part of the show. But then on Family Guy, George Jetson reaches down, grabs his wife, and says, "Hey, no, I gave you a little bit of money, not my entire wallet. I was not paying attention there." And he said, "No, you don't get the whole thing. You only get part of it." And I don't know how it ends, but I just remember that being funny. Because I thought that when I was a kid. I'm like, hey, he had a whole wallet full of money, and he tried to give her some, and she took all of it. How greedy is what I thought. Maybe you couldn't do that joke today because it's offensive towards certain people. I don't. All right, I need to get out of that. There we go. I gotta tell you this. Hold on a second. Who the heck drives the game like this? I think psychopaths you choose this camera view. Maybe if you had a steering wheel and pedals, possibly. But I like playing like this with a controller. This, my brother used to like this view back in the day because he had steering wheel and pedals for this game. But look at that. See how bad I do with it? You gotta have this view. You gotta have the third-person view. This is dark, but it's not as dark as the Proving Grounds. Thank goodness there's no traffic on. I do remember running into traffic quite frequently when that was forced to be turned on. Did I just blow a tire? I probably did. Hey, it's a good thing I won a sports car on Wheel of Fortune, because my car was having issues last week. Thankfully, it wasn't an expensive fix. I think I just need to do gas cap. What gets me is that cars are like the only piece of technology still left, or I'll say expensive piece of technology still left, that can give you the most vague errors or warning lights that you have no idea what it means until you take it to get diagnosed. And thankfully, since I'm an inquisitive type of person, I found someone who was able to figure out what it was, and it ended up being the gas cap, which is thankfully a cheap fix. But when I see the when I see the reset me. How do I force it to reset me? I can't move. I'm stuck here. How do I reverse? So I look behind me. There we go. How do I shift forward? Oh, that's terrible. Alright, so I'm not setting a new lap record on this one. Maybe record for the longest time. And now that's stuck in my head. Whoa, for the longest time. If you said goodbye to me tonight. Ooh. Anyone know what song I'm singing? Does that even sound close? I haven't been there for the longest time. Yes, I can sing a song over another song that's already playing and absolutely not miss a beat. I am the king of tuning things out if I put any effort into it. That's going to be stuck in my head. I said the longest time, and now it's stuck in my head. Oh, for the longest time. Now I have a whole bunch of other... Oh, am I going to catch up to somebody? Oh, of course. As soon as I catch up, I wreck them out. All right. Reset me. What? Of course. This thing couldn't turn on a football field. I do a lot better at this game when there's no other cars. It defeats the purpose of the game, but it's true. I haven't been there for the longest time. Oh, for the longest time. Oh, for the longest time. Well, I'm not going to get the record now either. Like I thought I was. There's a couple of tricky turns. But I thought I was going to at least get the Thanos car in front of me, the purple guy. Yeah. Yep, it's too dark in here to see where I'm going. There we go. That was my best lap. That's very horrible with that finish. Family Guy is in season 19. Holy cow. Oh, not Jet Streamer. It's another one called Jet Streamer. Well, that makes sense. He was George's daughter's boyfriend. He's in a band. Family Guy is in season 19. That is crazy to me. I especially because they only had 3 seasons for a couple years, and then for some strange reason they brought it back for the other 17 years they've been on the air. Billy Joel. Yep. And if you guys get that reference, let me know. Do you guys remember what Billy Joel is from? Instead of Billy Joel? Yeah, I don't know. It's Billy Joel. As a Billy Joel fan, you see nothing wrong with that. The Switch in Brazil. That's got to be a godsend. How hard is it to get games down there? That's... it's probably, if I had to guess, hard to... expensive to import, if anything. Most people still stick with 7th gen consoles in Brazil before the Switch. It was in Brazil. Is $900. Sheesh. I thought the scalpers here for the PS5 were bad. It's been so long since I've heard any of those songs. I don't have any of those on my phone, but now I'm going to download them. Something about a new set of speakers. Money back is still rock and roll to me. That's right. I know some of the words off the top of my head. I'm sure if that song was playing and I heard the first few words, I would be like, all right, I got it now. A lot of people here have the 360 and 8th gen consoles. They were expensive. Oh yeah, We Didn't Start the Fire. That's one. That actually, somebody just mentioned, made a reference to We Didn't Start the Fire the other day. It was a meme, and I actually didn't get what the meme was. I think they were saying that you could just do We Didn't Start the Fire for 2020. I think that's what the reference was going to be. I actually used to have the lyrics to that memorized because we did a lesson when I was in college. I taught a lesson that involved that song. It actually wasn't my lesson, but that was pretty good. We didn't start the fire. It was always burning since the world's been turning. We didn't start the fire. No, we didn't ignite it, but we're trying to fire. Something, something, Doris Day. Something, something, LBJ. I don't know. Something, 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 something. See, that's the thing. I used to know the words, but if I don't remember, I remember Doris Day was towards the beginning. And of course, the lyric everyone remembers, besides We Didn't Start the Fire. JFK, blown away. What else do I have to say? And Delta's in the Congo. Let me see if I can just get all the events. Because basically the idea of the lesson was they had to pick any one of the events. Wow. I don't know how I accomplished that, but I just did. It was like a magnet dragging me into the guardrail. It's not like you'd expect. You would expect to like skip off of the guardrail, but the guardrail like sucks you in. But anyway, they could pick any one event that they want to do, and they had to present a short 2 or 3 minute thing with a couple of PowerPoint slides about that event and why they think it made it into the song. We also had, if you could, in your lifetime, add more events to the song, what would you add? We also had that part of the assignment too. So it was a thing that all the classes could do. There was plenty of events from modern world history to do it. And it was like a good end of the year kind of feel-good assignment kind of thing that I thought of. So I was like, yeah, we can do something like that. Again, I'm not the only person who's done that. I got the idea from an online source. I am now stuck again and I can't shift. Alright, so both of the shift buttons are on the same side of the controller. That weirds me out. Pretty sure what we're listening to is just a sample of music. CD quality audio. I don't think we're listening to music being synthesized on the PlayStation. I actually didn't think about that. So the graphics of Need for Speed 2 are actually still pretty good for 97. This console was designed in 1993, so the specs are about the best of what you can get in 1993. But I'll tell you what, no home computer had graphics like this in 1993.
Final lap.
Thank goodness. The tracks get worse as you go along. Maybe I didn't play Need for Speed as much as I thought I did. Or Need for Speed 2. Because I don't remember this track at all. Wow, I just tumbled down the mountain. He'll be tumbling down the mountain when he comes. He'll be tumbling down the mountain when he comes. I don't know where I'm going, but I keep on. I was trying to think of a word that rhymes with that means tumbling down the mountain. I'll just keep on rolling. There we go. Because I'll be rolling down the mountain when he comes. And for some reason, I thought of Johnny Cash when I was singing that song. I guess old folk songs maybe would come up with that. But keeping up with the Billy Joel. Did anyone think of the Billy Joel reference? It's actually a comedian. An American comedian who went to the UK. I think he did a special in the UK because of the toxic cancel culture that's going on in the US. I would say used to. I guess comedians aren't really doing much now because they can't hold stand-up comedy performances. But they were getting a lot of flack for, I guess, offensive material. People would take some of their stand-up out of context, post it online, and then people would get offended by it. Or even people on the show would get offended by it. So like I said, it's a unique time to be alive. Everyone has an opinion, and everyone can be offended by everything. Gosh darn it. Really wish I had the steering wheel and pedals, because I do remember now, when I played this game with steering wheel and pedals, I wasn't better at it, but at least when I ran into stuff, it had a gear shifter on it. Alright, I don't like the fact that you can crash and not be reset in this game. I thought there's a button in one of the later games where it'll force you to reset your car. It won't even wait for you to stop crashing. If you're in the middle of a crash, you can click it and it'll automatically reset you. It'll still give you a time penalty, but at least you won't have to sit there and wait for that. And you definitely don't have to shift backwards. Where am I? I look like a cross between South America and Greece. Are you gonna listen to music today? Still listen to music constantly? Even have a Google speaker in your bathroom?
Top time for this track.
I did a terrible, and I still got a top 10 time for the track. How about that? Wow, listening to some songs in 2020, but just not satisfied. I was surprised there didn't seem to be a lot of new music that came out. Either that or it's all running together now for me. I really sound old when I say that. It's big into Flock of Seagulls in the 80s. Duran Duran and Tears for Fears. Now that's bringing me back. I wasn't a big fan of those when they were first popular, but it grew on me after a while. 1993 was a very different time for PCs. You didn't even know how that... Yeah, you couldn't even get Nintendo games on PC, like Nintendo-style games. Very few. Doom was that in 93? No, Wolfenstein 3D came out in 93. That was the best 3D that most PCs could do. And that is definitely not this. Sister wanted to get back into gaming. She wants Perfect Dark and Tony Hawk and others. Perfect Dark's a good one. Tony Hawk I would actually like a little bit better, but it depends on which console you get it for. Looking for a cheap Xbox One for her because give her the updated versions. Yeah, I don't know. I still like the old versions. It might be cheaper now to go with that though. Now that everything's a collectible. Mystic Peaks. All right, I do remember Mystic Peaks because this is the worst track in the game for me. There was another game. I don't know if I can unlock it on here or if it was only in the special edition. But my favorite one is I think it's called Hollywood Studios or something like that. You literally race through a movie studio, through different lots and through different film sets and everything. It's pretty awesome. Unfortunately, I think that's not on this version of the game. I think that's only on the PC version, so Mystic Peaks is where it ends now. We also don't have the Ford Indigo, which I know you can unlock. Everyone is very sensitive nowadays. I understand too, in a sense, yes, everybody has an outlet for their opinion, but what I don't agree with are people who are so against your opinion that they feel like they have to harm you in some way. And usually not physically, but just like, I saw this thing about how one tweet ruined this lady's career. It's one of the TED Talk videos, but I had seen that story somewhere else. And that, I don't think any one tweet should ever have that big of an impact on your life. sorry. Twitter is not a very, I'm gonna get in trouble now. People are gonna be offended. Social media can be used for great change, yes, but it must be used responsibly. How about that? That's the high road. That's the best way of saying it. Right? And to come to think of it, that's kind of a weird thing too. You know, I never really think of YouTube as social media, but it is. Until I watched that social media documentary on Netflix. I don't know if documentary is an offensive term or not. But when I watched that and they kept including YouTube on it, I was like, you know what? I guess it kind of slipped my mind that YouTube technically is social media. I'm posting something out there for people to see. And it's just a video way of doing it instead of what other platforms were doing originally. But then again, YouTube started more like, it was like a social media site, but it was less commercially run back in the day. Remember when they didn't used to run ads on YouTube? As a viewer, I liked it, but I didn't create any content because, you know, what was my motivation to? It's a double-edged sword, really. Because even though I don't make, I should say this, I don't really, there's definitely, I put more time and money into the channel than I'll ever make out of it. Or at least that's my opinion now. I would love for it to be my main source of income, and I've seen other people get to that point. But it's a double-edged sword. Would those people who are putting out that content that I really enjoy, will they have done it if there wasn't a monetary reward for doing so? No. So like I said, I see the positives in the monetization of it, but I also know there's a ton of negatives. But some of the positives are, I see some of my favorite YouTubers out there who are now making a living off of doing this, and they are still putting out great content. I still like seeing what they're doing. And I know for a fact that it wouldn't be if they weren't getting paid for it in one way, shape, or form. Like, especially because now, you know, the time and effort people are able to put into their videos on YouTube, if they make it their full-time job, some people have made it their business, so they hire on a staff and they put out higher quality content. And these are videos that, you know, television doesn't care about, most other streaming platforms don't care about. I have the feeling Amazon seems to be catching up to it. I saw like Amazon for a little while, I don't know if they still do, they had like an exclusivity agreement with AVGN for his videos, where they would show up on Amazon first, and Prime members could stream it. Which is kind of cool. Hang on a second. Wolfenstein 3D. Sorry, Barry, but Wolfenstein 3D is actually not a 3D game. Technically speaking, it is, and I've been corrected on this myself because I did say something similar a long time ago, and then I had to have the huge long speech. Wolfenstein 3D and Doom 2, those original engines are technically not real 3D. So they're faking the 3D part of it. I think the whole thing is that it's all rendered using 2D surfaces, 2D sprites, and tiles to make it look like it's in 3D, but it's really not. And if I remember correctly, I'm probably wrong about this, but I think they use something like ray tracing, which is kind of hilarious. That it's coming back full circle. What is that thing they used to make it look like it was 3D? I thought it was called ray tracing, but I may not be right. I haven't done my video on it yet. I'm sure there will be one in the future. But yeah, Wolfenstein 3D was not the first 3D game. And even still, there were 3D games before 1993, so that's definitely not the case. They didn't run, there are a lot of them that didn't run very well. But 3D flight simulators that didn't fake 3D, I think, were out before then. X-Wing versus, sorry, not X-Wing versus TIE Fighter. X-Wing was a 3D game that came out in 1992, then TIE Fighter, and then X-Wing versus TIE Fighter. I actually had that game. I got it with my Windows 95 computer, and I was still able to play it in DOS. Sadly, it's not compatible with Windows XP, so I can't continue to play it unless I use DOSBox or something. Yeah, somebody else can help me out there about why Wolfenstein is not an actual 3D game. It's like a scan line tracing or something like that. There are videos about it on YouTube that have already done a great job explaining it. And if you go to the web page, the Wikipedia page, I think one of the Doom or Wolfenstein has like a little animated GIF. Yes, I call it a GIF. Has a little animated GIF about how they're creating the 3D look of Wolfenstein 3D and Doom. Wow. I told you Mystic Peaks is one of the Oh good, I just made way for him to pass me. Mystic Peaks is one of the worst tracks in this game, and I am doing miserable at it. Can you imagine, to actually beat this game and unlock the other track and the Ford Indigo, you have to get first in every single race, all in a row. Like, if you get second in any of these races, you have to start over from the very beginning. That's how they got the playtime out of this game. I spent most of the time playing this game in 2-player mode, though. My brother, though, he would play this game for hours. Hours on end. Oh, I just went off the track. I didn't even know that was possible. You know me, I'm a crowd pleaser. Yep, I almost tried to go over the edge again. I'm glad I got that on video because I had no idea you could do that. Now I have the evidence. Until YouTube pulls down my stream for speaking in my mind. Free thought is banned. I gotta tell you, every time I see those George Orwell comparisons to society today, one of the quotes, that was a book from the 1940s or the 1950s, and he said something about, the quote was, "And people will never look up from their screens." Wall-E was inspired by that, and there's been a couple other things that have been inspired by that line. I gotta tell you.
Congratulations.
We are.
You've got a top time for this track.
Okay, it's very easy to get a top time, but man. 6th, eh? But I was in 8th place. Just let you know how tough the competition is there. So that's Need for Speed 2. I've done all the tracks in that game now. I can start Need for Speed 3, but I'm not going to be able to finish it. Then what was the first 3D game? Somebody help me out with that. Baseball came in earlier. Antenna Head, welcome to the stream. Says there's an old video game theory video. Yeah, I think that could be the one I'm referring to. They consider it a top-down shooter. Well, it's because of how the game is made. They had to fake the 3D so it could run on every computer imaginable. It only needs like 12 megahertz of processing power to run. It says Battlezone was the first 3D game, but the game sprites don't look good. They have like green lines. All right, are they talking about the arcade game for Battlezone though? Because the arcade game used wireframe graphics and vector 3D. Yeah, there's a video that explains what was the first wireframe 3D game, what was the first flat shaded polygon game, what was but if you're going off of arcade, we're talking like 1983, 1984. Star Wars, the arcade game, was a wireframe 3D game, so technically that predates that. That's the end of that game though. Take this game out. That was Need for Speed 2. And yes, I always loved the look of the black PlayStation 1 discs. I don't know why. That was purely an aesthetic choice, by the way. If you hear someone say it had to do anything with security, it does not. Oh, look at this. I didn't realize mine was complete in box. I can get my subscription to PlayStation Underground. The things that I wanted as a kid that I realized today that are just things I wanted as a kid and I didn't really need. Oh man, look at this. Here's the case and the CD art for Need for Speed 3. I like how it continues the artwork from one side to the other. From the manual to the disc. That's the kind of detail you don't see anymore. Need for Speed 3 Hot Pursuit. I did like this game. I would have called it my favorite back in the day, but really my favorite probably would have been High Stakes on the PlayStation. It's just, like I said, Need for Speed 3 will always hold that special place in my heart because of the time frame that I got it in. And to tell you the truth, this is not my childhood copy of this game. I had to recollect it because my brother actually owned this game, and he wanted to keep it when he moved out. I think he's since gotten rid of it. But we had the greatest hits version. A lot of the games I had as a kid were the greatest hits version. Here we go. I remember too, we could watch this video. I've seen this video like 100 times before I actually got to play the game. Because the computer we had could play this video. It could load the menus, but it couldn't load the levels. We may only get through one track on here because it is coming up to the point where I usually have to stop right at the top of the hour. But tonight, I already got some work done a little bit early, so I'm good to go until the half hour. So I've only got about 12 minutes left here. It's 3D, but not just textured. Yeah, that sounds right. By the way, welcome to the stream, Adrian. How's the new Apple system I picked up doing? Good vid, by the way. Oh, appreciate that. Thank you. It's going pretty good. I actually played the heck out of that when I was sick for a little while, and then when I started feeling better, I got to play a lot of games on it. I only got to show you a few of them. I'll show you a few more in the next video. But yeah, I played a lot more regular Apple II games on it because I have a ton of those. So yeah, definitely having fun with that. I think the first 3D game is 3D Monster for the ZX Spectrum, or the ZX81. ZX81. Which will that be? I don't know what year that is. Adrian says he's heard of that one. Looks kind of lame, I'm not gonna lie. You're breaking up, Captain. Sorry, it's probably my voice is actually crackling a little bit because I ran out of water. And we're almost done, so I'm not going to get a refill. Alright, so Google's got a whole bunch of answers. I like that you guys have a good thing in here. Let's see what Google says. First 3D game. Ha! Alright, so Google says the wrong answer. It's not Wolfenstein 3D. It said was the first game that started to resemble modern 3D graphics. Quake was released in 1996, was the first game to use full 3D objects for all props and characters. So they didn't fake anything with Quake. That kind of rhymes. The origins of 3D games begins, here's a good one. Let's see here. Begins in 1974. As we're watching this here. Begins in 1974 with Maze War and SPASM, shortened for Space Simulation. 1980s are known for the rise of pseudo 3D graphics because they tried to fake 3D. Yeah, they had a lot of... Sega really did that a lot. First-person point-of-view shooters were dynamically redeveloping the advantage of 3D technology. Wolfenstein 3D was a pioneer of this. The creators of the first 3D shooter game succeeded to implement texture mapping to wrap different objects. Yeah, but that's the thing. It's not real 3D. It's still faking it. Yeah, ray tracing for Wolfenstein 3D. Because here's the thing. You can't move vertically up and down. You can only move in front of you in all the 8 cardinal directions. You're still stuck to a 2D plane. Now, they fake stairs in Doom where you can move up and down a little bit, but that's still faking it. Ray casting. That's what it is. It's not ray tracing. It's ray casting. That's what they were using to produce a 3D image from 2D game data. It's essentially the same as ray tracing for computer graphics where virtual light rays are cast. The term ray casting was introduced. So yeah, that's the concept that I'm seeing. So it's telling you if you're standing here, here's what you would see if you were looking at it in 3D, and they would draw that. And then they had a draw priority for if there was a wall in front of something, you wouldn't be able to see the object behind it, so it wouldn't render it. So yeah, I would still not consider that to be the first 3D game. Although it depends on who you ask. That's why I said everything in history is controversial by nature and isn't because it's all interpretive. All right, so we're going to see here. We're definitely going to do beginner. Style arcade or simulation? We're definitely sticking with arcade. I don't do well with simulation on these old consoles. All right, hometown. Here's our tracks. Hometown. Red Rock Ridge. Red Rock Ridge. That sounds like the town on Blazing Saddles. Back in the peaceful town of Red Rock. Okay, we're only going to have 4 that I have unlocked. I actually do have a game save that has all of them unlocked, but I don't have it in the PlayStation at the moment, so we're just doing the original ones. We'll do Hometown, and I think that's going to do it for me tonight. But hey, how about the Jaguar? I don't know if the Jaguar did true 3D or not. Ooh. Well, we got the Corvette. Excuse me. I was right into the mic, and I was trying not to do that. Man, we're getting Diablo. We may have to do the Diablo. I remember playing as that a lot. And the rest are locked. And do the Ferrari. You know what? Let's do the Corvette. Let's go American. I don't know what ABS is. But we're going to do... Let's do green. I still have the showcase. And this is the game that is incredibly different from the PC version. The PC graphics are a lot better in this. In fact, somebody released a patch to run the original Need for Speed 3 with an HD texture pack and in 16:9 full HD glory on a PC. I'd love to be able to get that running again. Unfortunately, I don't have a Windows machine at my house, so I can do that with. And I'm not quite sure if that patched version wasn't a virus, because my computer crashed shortly after that.
2, 1, go!
There we go. So I'm position 1 out of 2. I'm only racing one other person. I could have went into hot pursuit mode. But you can tell the graphics here are actually a lot better than Need for Speed 2, and I didn't think Need for Speed 2 was terrible. So I don't know if it's the frame rate seems smoother. Oh, here we go. Yep, and if I can't make that turn, I can go here. I doubt I get first, but I do remember playing this a lot. Yeah, but this looks so much better on PC. I'm definitely not trying to put down the PlayStation 1 version, but it's just the truth. Whoa, did not mean to hit that handbrake. Finger slipped off the X button. Now I lost my train of thought. The PlayStation version does a good job here. It's definitely better than Need for Speed 2. But man, this just makes me miss the PC version. I was saying, why would you intentionally downgrade your graphics for something? All in the sake of simplicity. I need to get like a Windows... Would Windows 2000 run this game? I know Windows 98 does. Oh! 90-degree corner there. If Windows 2000 run this game, I don't think XP runs this game, because XP was the first to go off of, to move away from Windows NT technology. And NT was basically anything that supported 16-bit apps, as well as 32-bit apps. And if they didn't release a game driver, or a driver that worked with the game with the OS, then it didn't work. And I don't think EA had any interest of making their older games compatible with a PC, because then you wouldn't buy their newer games. Yeah, look at how wide the track is. I have plenty of room to move in here.
It's the final lap.
You see the tires don't wear evenly. So if I'm heavily turning, if I'm heavily turning one way or the other, and the other tire would leave more wear than the other. Ooh. Now we're going to go through the barn. So it's just little touches like that where they kind of perfected it on here. And it made this game run very smoothly. Now, I'll tell you this, though. Need for Speed High Stakes, I think I like better on the PlayStation because that's how I grew up with it. We never had High Stakes for the PC. We did have Porsche Unleashed for the PC. So that one, again, is more nostalgic to me on PC than on there. But hey, this game works. I'm playing it right now. And I'm not having a bad experience with it. This actually looks pretty good. Alright, oops. Oh. Should've went with Sim. If I had simulation on here, I would be still on my first lap. I would be dead. I do have a map down in the corner again, which is good. I know in this game, if you ever catch air, it's really bad for you. I never land correctly. It's not like Hot Wheels where you can get airtime and do tricks in the air. Ooh, that's a game I should do sometime. Maybe that'll be what I start with next week. I like that Hot Wheels Turbo Racing for the PlayStation 1. That's one of my favorite games on there. I don't want to say favorite.
That's your best lap. You placed last.
That's your best lap. You placed last. Loser.
Congratulations. You've got a top 10 time for this track.
Oh, I did. Well, we're still going, since I don't have a memory card in here. We're going with, there we go. A. There we go. Good deal. Just made the top 10. I was only out the pace by 9 seconds. I had a higher top speed than him too, but I also had a lot more crashes, so. Well, oh. That's 3 hours of streaming. Flew by for me. Gotta be honest with you. Started at about 5:30, a little after because I was still getting set up, but let's catch up on the last bit of comments before I head out. Just beat Mario U. Need 1 star coin for 100%. Yeah. Oh, that's great. Lego Racers is on PS1, but I could try it. Was that on N64 as well, Adrian? Because I think I remember seeing it on there. I think I remember collecting it for that. Turn up that jam. This is 1990s. Music at its finest. Maybe it was also on PC. We don't have to guess. We can look this stuff up. Lego Racers on... Lego Racers, let's see. Lego Racers the video game was on N64, Microsoft Windows, PlayStation, and the Game Boy Color. I'm sure it's great on the Game Boy Color. Oh my gosh, we should... I really wish I could play this 2-player with somebody. It has been forever since I played Hot Pursuit mode on this game. I'm sure the frame rate would dip down to insane proportions with that. Well, guys, it's pretty dark outside right now. Yeah, it's about time to be hitting the old dusty trail. I think it is for me. So we're going to turn off the PlayStation. And I guess that's it this week. On Thursday, I have another video coming out. I'm going to finish up my work on the Apple II GS. I still don't have the original software disk that the owners have, but I decided to hook up my Apple floppy EMU and get the GS mode loaded. And it did work. So, spoiler alert, that is the first thing I show on there is the 2GS OS. So, thanks everyone who stopped by tonight. Thanks to Walter and to Mackenzie for their generous donations tonight. Definitely appreciate it. I will be back on Tuesday of next week, but remember, starting in January, I will be switching to Sunday nights because I will be coaching Scholastic Bowl on Tuesday nights, and I will not be home. So, have a great night, everyone. I appreciate everyone who stopped in. Most of you guys are here for most of the streams, so always looking forward to seeing you guys. If I forgot to mention someone, I'm sorry, but other than that, I want to wish you all a great night, and I will see you all in the next one. If I don't see you on Thursday, I'll see you next Tuesday. Have a good night, everyone.